Oh my gosh. All right. I am late. Sorry. I'm late for my own party. Sorry about that. How's everybody doing? Who's ever out there? Looks like we're still going to wait for somebody to come in. Hi, Chester. Oh my gosh. Chester's here. I see Roberta was here, but she had to go, so that's fine. We already got a few thumbs up already. 5 or 4. Can't even count now. How's everybody doing? Shall wait for people to come in, right, Chester? We'll wait for people to come in. Me and you will wait. I know, I know, I know, I know. Don't bite mama. Hello out there. We're gonna start this party today. Oh my gosh. Chester, please. Please, Chester. You want up or down? Up or down? Can't seem to get situated here. Let me get my crochet. I don't even know if he's gonna let me crochet. What he wants up, he wants down, he wants up, he wants down. How are you? I don't know who's out there. Looks like there's one person out there. How are you doing today? I'm doing well. It's a cold day in Chicago. Well, not as cold as early this morning. It was 36 degrees. I mean, it's 36 degrees now, but in the morning, like it was 19 degrees. How do you like that? 19 degrees. That's pretty cold. Pretty cold. And Chester's playing with this toy. Running late today, as always, huh? My Chester makes noises when he plays with this toy. He's like, oh, oh. I gotta figure out how to stop a payment because my landlord called me and she said a few of their checks that they mailed to the bank got lost in the mail. So I don't know how to do this. I've never had to do this. I've actually never had to stop a payment on a check before. And plus, this is a new bank. My bank changed its name. So I got a new app. I don't know. Oh. You're. I don't know how to do this. I really don't know how to do this. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. I'm just wondering who's out there. Anybody want to say hi? Come on in, say hello. Don't be shy. Oh dear. Okay. Oh, see, I grabbed my crochet and you went up. Up, 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 up. Okay. Jester says hello. Hello out there. Chester just had lunch. You're a good boy, Chester. Yes, you are a good boy, Chester. Chester's a good boy. Yes, he is a good boy. Lisa the Grammy scattered all the way. Hello. How are you? Thank you for the birthday wish. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's been a day today. Oh my gosh, what a weird day it has been for me. I got up quite late because I didn't want to get up. I was just one of those days. It was so cold in the morning. I did not want to get out of bed. out from underneath the covers. No, I just wanted to stay there. Yesterday was very fall-like weather, very warm but windy. The day before that, it was nice. And the day before that, it was cold. The day before that, it was really cold. The day before that, it was windy. So it's just, you know, November weather here in Chicago. It could be warm, it could be cold, it could be snowy, you know, or rain. Whatever Chicago wants to give, that's what Chicago gets. So I don't expect nice weather on my birthday ever. I think I had year, 1 year when I was a little girl, it was warm outside for my birthday. And that's about it, just one time. And this year it's cold, but the sun's out. The sun's out. Right, Chester? The sun is out. The sun is out when Chester's here all the time. And Lisa lives in Kansas and it's 54. I would take 54 because it's 36 right now. I'll take 54. 54 sounds like dog park weather. Dog park weather, yes. Chester loves to go to the dog park. And me. Hi, Sandy is here. How are you? Chester, I was telling everybody about Chester likes to go to the dog park, but he can't go today because it's too cold for Chester. But I did get him, I ordered, and right now I got the alert that it's 10 stops away. Amazon is delivering his little polar bear coat that I ordered for him. And he even has, sleeves for his little pawsies. Yeah, it's got sleeves. So that's going to come pretty soon today. And then we're going to try it on. But I don't know if it's going to be warm enough. We might be able to go to the dog park today with that coat on because it's like a parka. It's like let me see if I could show you the coat that I got him. It looks like it's a puffy coat, you know, right? Puffy coat from Manchester. Thank you. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate it. And thanks for coming to the party. All right, let's see if I could show you this picture of the coat. So that's what it looks like. That's, the coat with no dog in it. That's a big puffy coat. Here's an example of what it looks like on can you see? Shoot. That's a bad on two puffy dogs. A puffy coat and a puffy dog. So it came in silver too, but I wasn't about to get him the silver one. I didn't want him to look like an astronaut. Ah, flip-flopping weather. Yeah, sounds like ours. It's just, a mixed bag of weather. You never know. It's like a box of chocolates, the weather here. You never know what you're going to get. Even though the weatherman says one thing, it could change. Okay, what? Oh my gosh, that's right. Thanks. My aunt is watching. Thank you. That's right, Sandy. You have I won't even say it, but I hope you're feeling well. Good thing that you're vaccinated, so it's not as bad, but still you have to, take it easy. Don't get too active. Okay? And just take care, whatever you have to do, drink fluids, whatever you need to do. Oh, you think well, I guess, but we've had worse years. I mean, remember the 2019? I don't even know, was it just Chicago that had the polar vortex? We had, um, I think our temperature was the basic temperature, not wind chill factor, but the actual temperature was minus 26 and everything shut down. That was our first taste of the shutdown. There was no mail, there was no garbage, nothing. No school, of course, and a lot of jobs said, we're not even going to be open. Just stay home. My husband was home. It was so cold, and we called it the polar vortex. We're going to be fine. I have too many years of future growth to give you guys. Well, yeah. And speaking of years, I have decided, with the help of David Browning, that my age is going to be the same every single year. I'm going to stick to being 45. You ask me how old I am? I'm 45. Next year, how old will I be? I'll be 45. I don't know what will happen once I turn the big 50, if I'll announce that, but for now, I'm 45. So, cheers to 45. It sounds like a nice number. Guess what? I brought with me a special treat. I brought a little drinky with me, an adult drink, since I'm officially an adult. You know, I brought a drink with me. So I don't know. Do any of you have a drink with you? I know it's early, but hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? All that. Last year we had 2 weeks of polar vortex here. My gas bill went up $750. Okay, $750 for the year. Lisa, is that what you're saying? I know you're not talking about a season. I know you're not talking about a month, but are you talking about, for the whole year? Thank you, Maribel. Thank you for the birthday wish. And if everybody could like put their thumbs up, that would be a good birthday present, And I got this little birthday cake that I made. And then what else did I make? Oh, yeah, like this birthday granny square, you know. So I have some birthday paraphernalia. Brenda, hello. Chester, oh my gosh, you won't leave me alone today. He's extra cuddly and clingy today for some reason. Um, all right, Chester, please, please, please. Chester, oh God, I can't even do anything. Heather's here. Hello, Heather. How have you been? Thanks, Brenda. Speaking of cute, this cute little boy needs to just leave me alone. I've been get my watch and my phone has been going off all day today, with texting and messenger, Facebook Messenger stuff and all that. It's been all day. But that's good. I'm not complaining. It's just you're gonna see me look at my watch a lot because I'm gonna get alerts there. Chester, do you mind, please? Oh my gosh, I swear. Ugh. Go lay down. Go lay down somewhere. No, leave my darn alone. Oh my gosh. Ugh, this boy. I didn't have my coffee today. I'm a little sleepy, but it's past noon and I cannot have I can't have any coffee past noon because I've been having trouble sleeping, which is the really big reason why I've been away from YouTube a lot because I'm kind of backwards. My sleep pattern is backwards. I'm up in the middle of the night and I'm sleeping in the morning. I don't like that. I'm hoping to be able to fix that soon. You know, Heather, that's all I really have is a half cup of coffee in the first place. So, but I think I'll perk up after a while. Plus, you know what, Heather? I just had lunch and I have a thing. If I eat any kind of food, salty or not sweet at all, I can't have coffee with it. You know, how about you? Does anyone, I know my son likes to drink coffee with his meal, okay? No matter what he eats. If he's eating shrimp, he drinks coffee. If he's eating steak, he drinks coffee. If he's eating spaghetti, he drinks coffee. If he's eating chicken soup, he drinks coffee with it. That to me is gross. Pizza, he drinks coffee with it. Blah, blah, blah. I can't. I can't. I, no, I just had my lunch. And so I'm not going to have any coffee. That's just my policy. I just can't do it. I don't think I've had coffee with, I think it's a stretch for me to have coffee with like even, even like yesterday I had an egg McMuffin. And I wasn't about to have coffee with that. You know, I had to wait for a few minutes. Hi, Miss Dorbeth. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for coming. Oh, hang on. I gotta go. Chester's toys are in his box. He can actually access them. They're accessible to him, but for some reason he wants me to take it out of the box. This boy. He can steal socks from the laundry basket, but he won't take his own toys out of the box. This boy. All right, here. Such a baby. You're a brat. Big brat. All right, I'm coming back. Here I come. Oh my gosh. All right. So, um, anybody have a drinky poo with them? Nobody? I don't want to be the only one. In the meantime, I'll drink my water, which is fine. I'm a little chilly today in my house. It's kind of cold outside. I don't know. I have my heat on, but I don't want to have it on too high because then my skin gets dry and I start getting itchy and all that stuff. So I just like I found this in my closet. I didn't know. I didn't remember. Oh, you have cherry Pepsi. Okay. I didn't remember that I bought it over the summer, I guess. And I'm looking in my closet, what am I going to wear? And I found this. I'm like, this is nice. It still had the tags on. And so I threw this on. It's kind of nice. I like it, which is probably why I bought it, right? I bought it in the summer. It was still warm out. So that's why I just put it, in my closet for a while and just never paid attention. Lisa can't drink right now. She has to drive to town shortly. Oh, and she has to take her son to the store. Okay. All right. Well, I am going to 40 minutes from where I live to town. Oh, Lisa, 40 minutes. Um, it wouldn't even take me 40, it wouldn't even take me 20 minutes to walk to this store. I live in a forest, true, but we're very close to the actual busy part of town. So it's really weird how this you got the big city shopping places and everything, and then we're in like the forest, tucked away in the back of the stores. So you can't, when you look out the window, it seems like we're in the middle of nowhere. Even at night, there's no lights here. But you just drive out of the parking lot, out of the complex, and a couple of blocks, and then you're in the big city, bright lights, big city. Okay, strawberry watermelon body armor here. What is that, Heather? Is that a drink? Cause what? It sounds like a lotion. Body armor. I don't know what that is. Please explain. Okay, Doorbeth left. Okay, her mom needed her. Okay. And her weather looks like our weather. 37 is her high, but we have a low of 19 today, which it was about that in the morning. And I I feel sometimes I feel bad for my bears. They have to leave the house, and I'm like, but well, that's the the price they gotta pay. My tiny town in the country only has a General and a hardware store for any shopping. Well, I mean, that sounds, I get the best stuff from the dollar places, Dollar Trees and Dollar General. They have they have a lot of good stuff there. I went shopping there yesterday and I got a few things that are very useful. And the hardware store has good thing, but no yarn, right? Hey, Miss Tina is here. Good morning, Sammy. All is well with you. I gave you a thumbs up already. Hello, everybody else in the chat. And Heather says it's a drink. It's got lots of B vitamins, sweetened with cane sugar, but it's delicious. Oh, I see. That's why they call it body armor. Okay, sounds good. And David is here. Okay, now here's my drinking buddy. David, do you have a drinky poo? Because I'm looking for somebody to share my birthday drink with me. And I don't have any. Um, you know what though? I totally forgot to put the link. Sorry. Because I want as many people to come up here as possible. So it seems more like a party and not like I'm talking to myself. Um, I don't want to be talking to myself. I feel like, you know, I'm the only one talking and I'm just reading everything. How long have you known me? Of course I do. I went to the ABC store this morning. What is ABC store? What is that? You got to teach me. You're always teaching me something new. I don't know what that is. Come up and tell me what that is. Because I am confused. What is the ABC store? Chester, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. Huh. It's a state-run liquor store, alcoholic beverage control. Really? I've never heard of it. We're backwards here in NC. And Heather knows what it is. Miss Tina says, good morning. Happy birthday. My God bless you in a special way on this very special day. I'll try to come up in a few minutes. I hope you're not going to have a quick birthday party and run. No, I'll be here for a while, Tina. We'll wait for you. Okay. Dave is going to put his makeup on and come back. All right, David, we'll wait. Brush your hair, put your perfume on and everything. Put your name. I tell my husband that all the time. Come on, put your makeup on and let's go. My husband takes a long time to leave the house. I'm always the one waiting for him. I'm waiting for him like a man waits for a woman. Come on, honey, lady, let's go. Chester, could you please stop barking at your little chicken? God, I gotta show you this chicken that I got for Chester. It came in a. Okay, I'll just show it to you. Hold on. Let me show the people your chicken. Let me show the people your chicken. Let me show. Let me show the people. Okay, you play with that while I show the people. I got him this rotisserie chicken, and it even came in a rotisserie chicken container when I got it. And so it's cute. It if you press it hard enough, it squeaks. You want your chicken? He goes crazy about his chicken. Chester loves his chicken. Here you go. Here's your chicken. There's your chicken. Play with your chicken. That's a weird thing, Heather. I think too. It's a state-run liquor store. I guess I don't know. Guess they got to do what they got to do. I'm trying to get situated here. Sorry. I hope the lighting is okay. Tell me if it's too bright. I hope it's not too bright. Let's see. Okay. And there is David.
Hey there.
Hi.
Hi there. Ho there. All of that stuff.
You got your drinky poo? Cheers? I need somebody to cheers with. I'm not going to do it by myself. Cheers.
There you go.
There you go. Okay, bottoms up.
It's a stadium cup, so I'm not going to
You know
bottoms
what?
up quite yet.
David, I was going to put mine in that. Same thing. We have the same brain. I was going to put mine in a cup. I have one of those. My cup is stainless steel. It's a disposable stainless steel cup, but you could reuse it a few times before you toss it.
Yeah, I have. Actually, this cup came from a restaurant, and I just keep it because it's large. Although, you know how plastic can degrade over time. They say not to reuse like water bottles unless they're specifically designed to be reused. You know.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like the bottle that you get your mineral water in, you're not supposed to like mineral water. Listen to me, spring water. You're really not supposed to reuse because it does degrade.
Yeah.
And
So what are you actually? Are you ingesting the plastic then? Is that?
you know, chemicals leach from the plastic into the well, whatever you're reusing it for.
Yeah.
So that's why I say I probably should throw this cup away because I've had it for several months. I did get it from a restaurant, and you know it has the restaurant printing on it, and I have other cups that I could use. Heather didn't know it was state run. Forgive me, but I can't remember, Heather, where you are.
When you said ABC, I was confused because we have a nickname for gum. We call it ABC gum. Do you know what ABC gum is?
I think I might have seen it.
It's already been chewed. Gum. ABC gum.
Oh, Heather, in Florida, they have the state-run stores. When I was living in Florida, I hardly ever drank, really, except in restaurants. So I wasn't going to liquor stores, so I don't remember. And also, that was in the 80s, you know, the Stone Ages.
You know, oh God, David, me and my husband were listening to the 80s music yesterday. So we were playing Name That Tune with each other. And I was controlling my iPod and I would play the first beat of the song. And he was able to tell me what song it was and who sang it just from one tune.
Do you remember that game show, Name That Tune?
Yes, and it came back for a while last year.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah. And it didn't last, but it was pretty. I can't remember who hosted it.
In the first run, Kathy Lee Gifford was the demo singer. Can you believe that?
Oh my gosh. Kathy Lee Gifford. Wow. I haven't heard that name in a while.
Well, she is not as well. Not that I keep up with who's in the public eye, but
No, you know what,
as
Davis?
far as I know,
I take it
sorry.
back. She's been on a commercial. What's this commercial for? It's called oh, it's got a jingle too. It's
And
like
she
an
probably
app.
sings it. Yeah.
She does. It's an app that, like, okay, let's say Uber, you need a ride, right? Well, if you need somebody to come paint something for you, or hook up a stereo system, or even change a
Oh,
freaking light bulb.
what's the name of that? Somebody's list. Where
Not
you
Angie's List. No, it's not
not.
Angie's List.
Oh, but it's something
It's another
similar.
app. It's another app. Um, has anybody seen it?
Uh,
Um,
I don't watch TV, so I miss all the commercials.
I
I'm okay with that.
yeah, I haven't seen the commercial in a long time. What's this Kathy Lee? Now it's gonna kill me. It's got a cute little jingle on it.
You could probably find it on YouTube or Google.
I'm gonna Google it right now.
I watched a perfectly. Oh, this is turning out well.
Tackle. It's called Tackle.
I'm not sure I know of that.
TAKL. Tackle.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, and it's where you find like tradesmen to do all
hmm
kinds of work.
Yeah, and you could actually. It's like WAG. It's like Uber for dogs. So you could work for them, or patronize them. So if
Hmm.
you want to earn some money, you download the Tackle app and put your name out there. I signed up for WAG a long time ago to walk dogs, because there's a lot of older people in this complex that have dogs, and I see them walking them all the time, and I figured, they're all within walking distance. Maybe I could, but I don't know. Nothing ever came out of it. They were missing a piece of information from me, and they couldn't. I don't know. The app didn't give them all the information about myself, so I don't know.
Yeah, there are lots of things you can do. Like I once did DoorDash, delivering meals,
Uh
and
huh.
if I had done more of it, I would have made a little bit more money. But you're also putting miles on your car, and you are using up
hmm
gas. So in the end, you're not making as much as you think.
Yeah, I would think you would have to hustle a lot too.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the same with Uber. I tried Uber once. But some of those services, especially like Uber, you have to have a car that is within a certain age. And
Yeah.
honestly, the car that I drive is not even registered to me. It's registered to my sister because it
hmm
belonged to my mother, our mother.
Yeah.
So it's like an 8-year-old car with fewer than 20,000 miles on it.
Oh
So
wow.
it's a great car, and if I win the lottery, I'll buy it from her. But I haven't won the lottery yet.
Well, I got in an Uber car one time before, and this woman's car was so dirty. I don't mean messy. It wasn't messy. It was dirty. It was a beige interior that turned into brown. You could tell, you could see some of the spots where it was still beige, but most of it was, you know, blackened with dirt.
Now, yeah, there are standards, and you can give reviews
Yeah,
for drivers.
she was not supposed, I mean, maybe her car was not that old, but technically it wasn't messy and wasn't dirty. What I mean, it wasn't, she probably had a lot of junk in it before and then had it cleaned out and detailed. But there's only so much you can do with detailing your car unless you
There
have
are
to.
people who claim to make a lot of money with Uber and DoorDash and such. But in
Yeah,
the end, you really have to hustle, and it can't
you
be
do
your
have,
only hustle.
because I've asked them about it and they have told me. But this woman, it was hot. She would not roll down her window. Like I couldn't. There was no windows. Like I couldn't roll down her window, and her air conditioning was on. And the ride where I had to go to wasn't far, so I just endured it and gave her a bad review or whatever. She didn't smoke, Heather. No, she didn't smoke. Um, no, I never really got into an Uber um, that smelled like cigarettes. Maybe one time I did, but it was a leather interior. And yeah, I mean,
Well, I would think it would be easier to get the smell out of a leather interior than although the carpet will still
yeah,
absorb it.
I think it was the carpet that I was smelling. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe what happened to us yesterday. Speaking of carpet in a car, you're never gonna believe. Oh my gosh. So I like to get this certain every year on my birthday, I like to get this certain bottle of wine that I can only get from one particular store. Okay? This particular store does not have bags. You have to bring your own bag or take the stuff into a box or something, whatever. So I took the bottle of wine with me and I put it in the back seat of the car, you know, and we're driving and we're driving on a street that has a bad system. Every stoplight you get to, it turns red. And then it turns green, and then you get to the next stoplight and it turns red. And then it turns green, and you get to the next stoplight, it turns red. Every freaking 2 blocks. And it doesn't, whatever. Anyway, my husband had to slam on the brakes. I forgot that the bottle was in the back seat of the car. It flew off of the seat onto the plastic liner that my husband has,
Hmm.
broke and spilled out. Booze everywhere. The car smelled like a bar. The car smelled like a bar. So we have broken glass. We have a flood in the back. Thank goodness these plastic liners, he didn't pay a lot of money. He got them as a, extra incentive when he bought the car. But if you were to buy them, they would be expensive. Anyway,
Those are one of those things that cost the dealer $10 and they'll charge 100.
yeah, yeah. And oh my gosh, it was there was wine everywhere.
I've actually had that happen with dill pickle juice.
Of all things.
Yeah, when we used to go to the New York Sheep and Wool Festival in Rhinebeck, and my favorite part, I mean, I loved all the yarn, all the accessories, all of that stuff. That was great.
Mhm.
My favorite part, though, was the vendors hall where they had all of these regional arts and crafts and food and booze, and you would not believe how
Mhm.
big and how much stuff they had. So there was one vendor there that specialized in the most amazing kosher dill pickles you have ever had. And,
Mhm.
I know not
Yes,
everybody's into those, but I am.
I am.
And they were so amazing. And then, so one year we got a big tub of them and had them it was like a plastic shopping bag. Um, um, but still, it was on the floor of the back seat, and still
Mhm.
it spilled a little bit on the way
A
back.
little
But
bit.
yeah. And one time I also had ice that sort of melted all over the place in the back. Oh
Yeah.
well.
I mean, I don't know what was worse. I didn't get to have my favorite wine, you know, or the car was
Well, if
was,
your husband was any gentleman at all, he would have gone back to the store and gotten you some.
he he offered, but I'm like, no, just go back tomorrow. You know what? Because we picked up the wine and we were on our way to pick up our food because we had
Mm-hmm.
ordered food from this great restaurant, which we usually eat at, but because I have Chester now, I'm like, let's just pick it up. So we picked it up, but we were already late to pick it up. And we were already, halfway to the rest. The grocery store and the restaurant were not even close to each other. So I'm actually just texting him now to go back to that store and get it. So, I mean, technically, I was going to drink it for my birthday, but let's be honest, I probably was going to have it yesterday anyway. So this way, it kind of forced me to wait until my actual birthday.
Well, did y'all know I have a birthday in 2 weeks?
Yes, December 7th,
8th.
8th.
December 7th is the date that will live in infamy. And my friend used to confuse the two.
We had this, I think we've had this conversation like 8,000 times.
Yeah, but, we both have minds like sieves, so.
Yeah, especially me. I can't remember sometimes what I had to eat, the previous meal.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Z's here. Hi, Z.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, I'm honored. Z came to my birthday party. Thank you, Z. And
Well, you gotta
Inherited
go to.
Stitches.
Oh, I didn't see Inherited Stitches.
He just came in.
We love Inherited Stitches.
Uh-huh.
So, but you gotta go. You gotta go to birthday parties.
Yeah.
You gotta come to mine, I'll tell you that.
Oh, well, of course, I'm there. When is your next, I was going to say, when is your next telethon? When is your next marathon?
I'm doing one on Friday for Black Friday.
Black Friday? That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Black Friday marathon.
So
Oh
on my birthday is a Wednesday. It's not really going to be a marathon, but I'll probably be on longer than usual.
Mhm.
Because I always go on Wednesdays anyway.
Okay.
So I'll be on longer than usual. I might have some champagne. But
I'll
yeah,
join you. I'll
it should
join you.
be. If it's not champagne, it'll be cheap vodka. But whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. Yeah. Well, you got to do what you got to do. You do you, right? Did your morning start with breakfast in bed? You know what, Z? Yesterday, yes. My husband served me breakfast in bed yesterday. Yes. He was working today, so he did. We kind of celebrated it yesterday because he was going to work today.
Mm.
And technically, I'm working today since this is kind of like my job, this YouTube thing. So we did everything yesterday, and I had such a hankering. Jane is here. Hi, Jane. Yes, he did give me a million birthday kisses. Okay. What was I gonna? I had a hankering for English muffin from McDonald's. But you know how I like my English muffin? I like it with the scrambled egg instead of the way they usually serve it with the sunny side up egg. So
I don't like fried eggs at all.
no, I love scrambled eggs, but
Yeah.
I asked for that one time thinking maybe they're not going to accommodate me, but they did. So I get that, and then I get a hash brown, and I don't get the orange juice from McDonald's because it's expensive. I drink my orange juice at home. So yeah, I did have breakfast in bed, but now we got Chester. So he like jumps on the bed and give me some, give me some. Oh gosh, that boy. He had a little bit of my veal yesterday because we had veal. I had veal. I had the veal. So that was good. We have leftovers for today.
Do you know when I took my little trip last weekend? You would have thought I would
Mhm.
have had good food the whole time. I did have good food in some restaurants, but honestly, the best food was in a diner when I was visiting my friends on the way back. Because the food at the retreat itself, it wasn't very good.
No.
And then, at the restaurants in the town, it's a mountain town in North Carolina. It's really beautiful, and they have a gorgeous yarn shop there where I couldn't afford to buy
Mm.
anything. Um, so, yeah, we visited two restaurants there, and I did like the food there. But
Hi,
uh,
hi, Deb. Thank you, Deb's Crochet Cafe. Debbie
hey,
Reynolds.
Debbie, Debbie sometimes comes to my room. That's always
Uh,
nice.
yeah, I feel like a jerk lately because I haven't been to a lot of YouTube channels. You know.
Well, I think we all go through these times. Sometimes we're more attentive, and sometimes we're less, and that's how people are. And you
Yeah.
gotta
It's
you gotta take care of you. And if you need time
my
off, you
yeah.
need time off.
My sleep patterns are horrible lately. It's really bad. And Zelda says she's delivering mail in an apartment building and smelled the yummiest scent. And she walked to the door and got caught sniffing. She got caught sniffing. I wonder what scent she smelled. Was it like a sweet smell? Was it like a garlic onion smell? Because that's a
It
good.
might have been a Thanksgiving smell.
Oh, could be. My husband loves the smell of garlic and onion sautéing in olive oil. So sometimes I'll just, by the time he comes home, I'll be sautéing garlic and onion just so he could smell it on the way in.
That's
Sometimes
nice.
when I'm in a good mood, which is rare. Oh, she was making veal. Okay. Oh, she gave you a couple of slices. Oh my gosh, I love veal. That's what I had. Yep. I I have the veal only once in a while. My husband thinks it's cruel, but
Well, actually, I think that the notion that it's cruel has been debunked, but I
really?
wouldn't know. I would not know where to send you to find out about it. But yeah, it's not as cruel as people sometimes suggest.
Really? I mean, this from a man who has a deer head on our wall from when he shot it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to eat a grown-up cow, then why do you hesitate to eat a baby cow?
So what if the baby cow has never touched the ground? Does it matter?
Well, we don't know that.
We don't know
Hey,
that.
Donine.
Hi,
I mean,
Deneen.
I my ex actually he went through culinary school, the whole thing while we were together, and he was
Mhm.
also working full time at the same time. Boy, that was rough on him, but he actually graduated at the top of his class. But he learned a lot about the meat packing industry. So he
And
himself was reassured about the way uh, veal calves are raised and the way they're processed. So I don't know, and I'm not going to stop eating mammals. You know,
they are delicious.
they are.
We passed a cow field last week, and I was like, oh my gosh, those look delicious.
Actually, on some, it was a cooking show. I think a British cooking show where someone was telling story about because you know how everybody was encouraged to do victory gardens and to raise co-op animals to benefit the community. Everybody would have a share in the animal, that sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
But she said that her father had raised pigs, and at first the children considered them pets and wouldn't eat them. But then
Yeah.
they started naming the pigs after German generals.
Oh,
Um,
and then
they
they
yeah,
eat
they
them.
didn't mind eating them then.
Oh my gosh. Heather says she had some veal once. It was okay, but against her wishes, she got nauseated after I was told what is, oh, she didn't know what it was. And then she got sick. I didn't mind being told, but my stomach didn't like it. Oh my gosh. I know. And Z says that she lives around the corner from a slaughterhouse where there was 44 cows that escaped. Holy
Mm.
cow. Holy cow. And Granny D is here. She's waiting at CVS for her shots. Okay, and she says happy birthday. And she says hi to you, David.
Hey, Granny D. I got to see her last week. Yay!
I remember, oh my gosh, so lucky.
But my dad, actually, he worked for the Department of Agriculture for like 30 years.
Mm,
At first, he was like an inspector on the slaughter line just to make sure everything was up to snuff. And then
mm.
he was inspecting more sophisticated things like food processing plants and that sort of thing. Um, so I learned a lot from him, but also there comes a time if you see 10,000 chickens going past your face with their entrails coming out um, in one shift, then your appetite for chicken sort of decreases.
Yeah, I remember, thanks, Deneen. I remember my husband watched a video about chickens a couple of years ago. And after that video, he couldn't eat chicken for a while.
Mm.
And he's like, I won't even show you the video because it's that bad. You'll never want to have chicken again. So you know, I didn't expect him to eat chicken. I didn't cook a lot of chicken dishes during that time, but he got over
Hmm.
it. He got over it, because
Well, you do with time.
yeah. And
Now, I don't have enough personal knowledge about slaughter lines and stuff to really be disturbed by that because you know life is full of harsh brutalities, and if you think about a century or two ago, people didn't live as long as we did, and violent death was a part of life. So,
yeah.
um, but having read things that I've read, I cannot eat a fast food burger. You cannot pay me enough.
Yeah, I know. I probably heard those things on and off, and then I've taken breaks from burgers, from
Now, I
fast
love
food.
a good burger, but I'm not gonna get one from some of the fast food franchises that we all know.
Yeah, I I hear you, and I'm I can talk myself into doing stuff because I've had to do that with my OCD. When I'm at a hotel, and it's hard for me to brush my teeth because I feel like that water is contaminated because the pipes are contaminated. I have all these thoughts in my head at a hotel, right? I can't even sit on the bed because who else sat on the bed? Okay, so I talk myself into, I pretend this, pretend that. So I'm good at creating this place in my head where I can do things that I normally wouldn't do. So the other
Well,
day I had a burger from BK. I knew it was not. I said, "Don't look at it. Don't look inside. Don't look. Just keep your eyes closed and eat the burger." So I just had a taste for it, and I don't know, but no,
now I'll get a baked potato from Wendy's. I don't mind that at all. But
yeah,
um, even though I believe their burgers are probably less disgusting than other franchises we know, I still
Yeah.
hesitate. But as far as hotels go, I watch a lot of travel videos.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why, because I can't afford to travel, but maybe it's the fantasy. But I can't tell you how many people have suggested, first, always take the bedspread off the bed and just toss it aside. Second,
Uh-huh.
I would just take the bar soap that you get wrapped and use that to wash the glasses, if indeed you get glasses, real glasses.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I'm glad most places don't have those anymore.
well, then you get those pre-wrapped plastic cups, which are good for nothing.
Yeah, they're flimsy. I actually bring my own well, I bring this, of course, and then I bring a stainless steel tumbler for my other whatever else I'm gonna have. Um,
I would agree. Having your own is a good
and then
idea.
that's really the only time I get bottled water. Otherwise, I drink my water from. I have a filter. It's like a Brita, but even
Hmm.
a step further. It's called Zero Water, and I drink from that, and I pour it into a Tupperware, and I just refill my tumbler. But I will buy bottled water if we're going on a road trip. And yeah, Lysol wipes, Z says, I do that. And
Do I was staying it was a discount motel, I will admit, recently. And so I spilled my beverage on the floor, like you do. And I used all the towels in the bathroom to clean it up. So I
uh-huh.
went to the front desk. It was late at night, so I said, I want some more towels because I had a
Yeah.
spill. Well, the guy didn't want to give me more towels, but he did so reluctantly. So
They're
he
always like that, huh?
I don't know. So he took me to the laundry room. He got me some rags, which were really just towel scraps. But and then he got me one bath towel to use the next day. And but you know what else? When I was cleaning up the spill, a whole lot of dirt came up off of that floor
Oh,
too.
God. I bet. Hi, Jeanette. Thank you for the birthday wish. We went to a hotel this summer. Oh, my cousin is here. Sal is here. Oh, you should come on, Sal, and sing happy birthday. My cousin is an opera singer.
Oh,
Well,
really?
not by trade, but he can be. He sings like an opera singer. Anyway,
Wow, I
we
must meet him.
I know. We were in this hotel and my Chester goes underneath the bed. I'm like, get out from underneath there. He pulls out a chicken bone, like somebody ate a chicken leg and threw the bone on the floor, and somehow it got pushed into the underneath the bed. That's
Mm.
gross. Ugh. So it was after that we decided never to disclose that we have a dog because then they put you in the dirtiest rooms, you know. So, but we don't we make sure that the dog is pet friendly, but we don't tell them we have a pet because we don't want to go to the dirty room. I know everybody's saying gross. Z, I know my dog could have choked on that, and I would have had no dog anymore. You
Chicken
know,
bones are very bad for dogs.
very, very. I came across this dog treat that looks like a a chicken bone. It looks like a chicken leg bone.
Hmm.
They're not, obviously, they're not chicken leg, but they look like them. So I bought those for Chester, but I learned the hard way that he cannot have more than one. Like he has to have one every 4 days, and that's it. Um, so because he's just a puppy still, and I was
Mm.
giving him I think two a day, and Mm-mm.
Ours is like 11 years old. The reason you don't see him on my channel is because he just doesn't like to be held.
Uh-huh.
But he has arthritis or something going
Okay,
on
Pisces.
with his joints. Um, 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 but somebody on YouTube recommended a specific brand of supplements to help with the joints,
Yeah.
and my goodness gracious, he's got a little bit more of a spring in his step now. He's still 11 years old, but he's got more of a spring, and he actually, I won't say runs, but moves in a more sprightly manner to the front door when I come in.
Hmm.
So,
Brightly. I like that word. Dee says bye. And look at this. Heather says she went to a hotel, a motel, with the youth group, and there was roaches in several rooms and rats in another. Oh, rats.
no, don't you mean ants?
And did she say ants? Oh, is that NTS? Okay, I thought it said RTS. Either way, she forgot the A. But or you know, that's that's
Neither one is pleasant.
not yeah. They might be getting a bit of a refund.
I
Yeah,
would hope so.
hopefully. Yeah, she says ants.
Now, now
Ugh.
I have gotten very good at writing reviews on Yelp and other travel sites. And you could probably well imagine the kind of review I can write if
Mhm.
I'm not well pleased. There was one other discount motel where I stayed, and my headline was, "Would I recommend this place? Only as a creative writing exercise,"
Mhm.
because it was truly the worst place I've ever stayed, I think.
Yeah, I've had many bad experiences and many good experiences.
Now,
And
I love a good hospitality experience. I love a good hotel, but no, they don't come cheap.
I like when I'm pleasantly surprised. There was a
Hmm.
hotel that we stood in Pennsylvania. I let my husband pick it out because he's always trying to, he says, select a hotel while he's driving. So I'm trying to pick out a hotel. Here's this one, here's that one. And he had something to say about every one. I said, so listen, I'll pull over. You pick the hotel because I'm sick of it. And Lisa's leaving for town now. Thank you, Lisa, for coming. Her Chihuahua is 16 and a half years old. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's an older dog. Oh, but anyway, I said, you pick the hotel then, because you have something to say about every hotel I suggest. So he picked a hotel, and I'm like, oh, goodness. Who knows what we're gonna. And yeah, it was a really nice place. Really, I mean, wow. I'm like, you did a good job.
Do you know, on my trip to New York, I after I had my really, 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 really bad discount motel experience was still fresh in my memory. So I splurged and I spent, actually, it wasn't all that much more, on an Airbnb that was an old mansion converted to a B&B.
Oh,
Oh, and I did a live stream from that room, and it was so nice.
I
I
might have
love.
I might have seen that, but I gotta tell you, Lisa also wanted to know what you give your dog. What is that supplement you were talking about?
I cannot remember the name of it. Somebody recommended it to me.
Okay.
I would have to actually get up out of my chair and go to the other room if I wanted to tell you, and I'm too
Well,
lazy.
Lisa's probably you go Lisa, go to David's channel when he's live next time and David will have that information.
Well, hold on. I will call up Amazon and look at my order history because that's where I got
Oh,
it.
okay. There you go. See, now you don't have to get up. Isn't that wonderful?
I don't know what that is. Let's open another window. I've got so many tabs open right now in my browser because you know how that goes.
I have lots of tabs open in my browser up here, my head, my brain. Sometimes I
Well,
have too
that as
many
well.
tabs open.
And you know the old joke. It's like my mind is like my brother twins, and I'll
Uh-oh.
be damned if I can tell where that music is coming from.
Uh-oh. You were in and out for that.
Was I? It's
Yeah.
probably good because I used a swear word.
Oh, shoot. I missed it.
What did you miss?
You said a swear word and I didn't hear it.
No, I was just repeating the old joke where I have 23 tabs open, and like at least 3 of them are frozen, and I'll be darned if I can tell where that music is coming from.
Oh. Oh, okay. You've said that joke before, but you know what? That's not a swear word, even if you said the real one.
That's not the word I used the first time. Okay, here's the supplement. It's called Dog's Well Hip and Joint Supplement.
Oh, thank you, Cynthia.
Actually, I should probably reorder. And I just dropped my phone on the floor again. Since I called up the history, I should probably just reorder. It's not cheap.
I give Chester a vitamin that was recommended to me by the vet. But you know what? Not the vet. I'm sorry. Not the vet. I don't know why I said vet. The breeder. And I found out that the breeder, she gets credit for everybody who orders using that telephone number. Because like
Using her link, yeah, it's like an affiliate link, right?
it wasn't even a link. I ordered it through the phone. And I get, okay, there's a code. It says use this code when you order your supplements for your dog. So when they asked me the code, that's what it's like. It's the same thing as a link, but it was a code that I gave, and so she gets credit, which is fine. I don't mind. I don't mind that. But Chester loves his vitamins.
Okay, I'm just ordering my next container of the supplements. It's like $27.
Oh, I need to
Yeah.
get an ice cube. I need to get an ice cube. This wine is getting warm. Yes, I put ice in my wine. I know, I do. I confess. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm not going far. Just don't be right to the kitchen.
Anyway, I can't remember who it was who asked about the supplement, but it was called Dog's Well.
Oh, you know what?
Otherwise, so what are we doing here?
While I'm here, I'll bring what. And it's time to give Chester his vitamin. Anyway, these are his vitamins that I give him. It's called New Vet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you want your vitamins? You want vitamins? You want vitamins? Good job. He loves his vitamins. So you can grow to a big boy. Big boy. There's your vitamin. Yeah, get it. Yeah. He likes when I roll it on the floor. Yeah, get your vitamin. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
He likes
Well,
when I
you know,
throw it in.
you mentioned what sounded like an affiliate link to order those things. You know, as long as it doesn't affect the cost to you, why not? Why not
Yeah,
go ahead and help the breeder out?
yeah. I mean, she really is a good person. She gave me the opportunity to get the best gift ever. I told my husband I don't need a gift this year for my birthday. I have Chester. He's just,
Oh,
oh my gosh, David, he's my entire world. I do anything for this dog. This dog, I'm crazy for this dog. I'm like Michael when he went to Italy. He got hit with the thunderbolt, the lightning bolt, when he saw his wife. What was his wife's name? You know who I'm talking about? The Godfather?
I've never seen any Godfather movie.
No wonder you look so confused. Yeah, well, if anyone's out there who's seen The Godfather, you know what I'm talking about. When Michael, The Godfather Part 2, when Michael goes back home to Italy, he sees a woman and the look on his face. And they say that he got hit with the lightning bolt, when he saw her. He was like love at first sight. Oh, Cynthia's sister-in-law puts ice in her beer. No, ice in your beer. No way.
Well,
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
like beer, so that's not an issue for me.
Me neither. I don't like beer either. Blech. Yuck.
Although I will say I have drunk beer in Europe because it's very different there.
I hear that too. My brother-in-law lived in Europe, and he says it's the water's so dirty in some places. The beer is cleaner. So
Well, they also have stricter food purity laws in Europe, and on
oh yeah,
top of
the
that,
clean water is expensive.
they
That's
they don't serve it as cold there as they do here, and I think that serving it really too cold damages the taste. But still, I'd rather have a mixed drink.
Debbie
All
wants to
day.
know about ginger beer. Is ginger beer like root beer? It's not really a beer. It's actually just a beverage, but
I think you can get it both ways.
Oh, really?
Don't quote me on that. I might be just talking off the top of my head.
Debbie puts ice in her wine. You're talking out of your ask me no more questions. Tell me no more lies. Thank you, David. I watched Brutus being born. My mother-in-law had his mother. He is about 5 to 6 pounds. Oh, that's a little dog. Yeah, I just watched an old episode of Soprano where Svetlana was putting ice in her wine, the wine that Furio brought from Italy. And I think it kind of insulted Tony Soprano. Have you seen The Sopranos either? You probably don't know what I'm talking about still. No.
I know about The Sopranos, but I don't know. I haven't ever seen it. I know he drove a Lexus.
He drove, well, the wife drove a Mercedes and he drove like a kind of like a Bronco for a while. But I think in the later seasons, he switched cars.
But yeah, I never saw that either.
No.
I'm not into crime. I'm not into violence. I'm not into watching people die.
I'm not either. I think it's the Italian thing for me. You could technically say I'm technically Italian because my stepdad is Italian and his family is very Italian. So when I was little, I grew up around that. So you could technically, I'm Italian by what do you call that? Injection, whatever. No, that's marriage, right? Hi, Jane.
Hey,
Yeah,
how's
let's
it
talk.
going?
Hey, Jane. Yeah, let's not talk about injection. But my ex actually, he was only 1/4 Italian, but had an Italian name. Well, actually, still does have an Italian name.
He still does.
Yeah, but his mother was 100% German and came over as a small child to Yonkers. And ironically, his grandmother lived on the same street where we lived in Yonkers, but he never introduced me to his grandmother because she would not receive me kindly, apparently.
Oh, I get it. Say no more. I get it.
But his mother though was perfectly lovely to me, and his father too. His father was part Irish and part Italian. His mother was 100% German. Actually, we visited Germany um, and went to Augsburg, where uh, the nearest city to where his mother had come from. And we went to the cathedral there, and I posted pictures on Facebook. And his sister replied that their grandfather had been part of the effort to rebuild that cathedral after the war.
Okay.
I thought that was amazing. And I love old Europe anyway. I think it's amazing. I haven't been there in far too long. Nowadays, I don't know if I could walk around on the cobblestones.
Cobblestone is hard to walk on.
Mm.
If you're ditzy like me, I'll say avoid it.
It's so pretty though, right?
They're
It's
gorgeous.
amazing.
Two things you don't do. If you're dizzy, don't walk on them. And if you have high heels, don't walk on them.
Well, I rarely wear high heels.
Okay, so you're safe. Except the ditzy part.
Well, I'm ditzy and dizzy, and just can't hold myself up sometimes.
Do you have Meniere's or
Of what?
do you suffer from Meniere syndrome?
No, I don't believe so. I'm just pretty weak physically.
The sun is.
Well, I'm both. I have Meniere syndrome and I dizzy all the time, and ditzy, and I have no strength.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh! Come on. Okay. All right. Chester, please.
I just saw legs like going like this.
Oh, he's so cute.
I got a puppy.
I've seen your pictures, Jane.
It's kicking my tush.
I'm sure that's
Yeah,
what puppies are there
remember.
for.
I
But
remember
if you
those
wanna-
days.
If you want a service dog, you gotta get very young. Start to train.
Hello, how you
Hi,
doing?
Uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna turn my camera on, but I just needed to put
Let me
you
get her
on.
for you to see her. Just a
No, I'll
second.
come right back. But I'm going to put on me some clothes.
Clothes are usually a good
Okay,
idea.
so don't worry, I'll be right back. It's just take me a few minutes.
okay.
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 2, 3, 4,
Are we?
9.
I hope so.
Heather says her husband thinks he has Meniere's disease.
I'm not sure I've ever heard of that before. Oh, look at that! He's so cute.
Oh, look at the puppy.
The year's gonna go. The year's gonna go up. Like
Oh, yeah.
she's a Carolina dog, not a wig.
Big yawn.
She's a dingo, and dingo is her name. Her name is Luna.
Luna.
She's sure a puppy
Luna.
brat for her age, you know.
Heather says we heard it described, and he has all the symptoms of Meniere's
She
disease.
smells like chicken. You know the smell that chicken has,
Yeah,
like
I
the
know.
baby chickens.
My Chester has a smell like a good, some kind of.
I wonder
food.
if his puppy comes with a
I
puppy
think
thing.
so.
You know,
It's like a newborn thing.
Yeah, our dog has a smell like he needs a bath.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you, I got a high velocity blower. I bit the bullet and got it. My gosh. I was in love with it, and I said, where have you been all my life?
what did you get?
A high velocity blower is a
The
blow
kind
dryer
that groomers
that we
use.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
Wow.
found there was one of those things that was on sale. My friend got it because she has a Great Pyrenees. So it was $100. Look at the power on this. So I got it. And my goodness, the first time I watched the Haley, because I still have Haley, when I blew, like it blew the water just off of her, and usually take hour and a half for her to dry. She was dried in 10 minutes. It blows
Nice.
the excess the fur that is shedding. It blows everything away. It's a fiasco with the because the air coming out of there might kill them. So they go. Rah,
Oh.
rah, rah, when they,
Mm.
you want to see something, David? See if it happens. she, if she's sleeping and I make this noise, she get the zoomies.
Oh. Chester
She's
had the
sleeping.
zoomies last night.
Look at this. Son is asleep. So this one I took to the store, took to the doctor. She did pretty good. She had the
Yeah.
squinty look like, what are you doing to her? What is that in her arm? Why are you giving shots to her? But she was like this the whole time.
Where are you
to me.
going with that? Where are you going with
Yeah.
that?
But like I think the blood pressure thing is what bothers her the most. We
Mm.
went to the store. She did so well. She kept eye contact, everything. I was like, I might be able to train this one to mobility. But see how her face, she has scar? This is her and her brothers. They were savages.
Oh.
Savages. But they are savages. They're Carolina dog. They just out of the wild for 3 generations only.
Mm.
Very docile. I feel like I didn't get a Carolina dog. I feel like I got a Jack Russell.
I was gonna say
That's-
he looks very Jack Russell like because I had a Jack Russell for years, and I see Gary in your dog.
There is certainly Jack Russell in the structure and in the temperament. I don't see it in the color though. The
Yeah,
color
the-
is
He doesn't
is
have
not-
the signature brown brown
Yeah.
eye. Yeah.
So
Well,
it looks like he's a very solid color, right?
If you see later on, go on the web and look at Carolina dog, you're gonna see what you're gonna look like when she grow up. Not a very big dog, and she literally gonna look like a dingo.
Well, there
I
you
just-
go.
I think of that line. Maybe the dingo ate your baby from that movie.
I know which one you mean, except I can't remember the name of it.
I think Cry in the Dark.
Yeah, Meryl Streep was in it, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I get this.
That's Tina's phone is ringing.
It
Oh,
was my phone.
it was your
That
phone?
was good news. Or if I was getting the request to go to court because somebody's suing me. No,
Oh.
it's just saying that I got denied for a neurostimulator. So this whole year was a waste of time and effort. Because I'm not sure if you guys have been following me through the year. I had the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. That is my husband's insurance work. And I wanted to have the neurostimulator, but the Blue Cross and Blue Shield considered that a experimental treatment, so they
Mhm.
won't cover.
Yeah,
So
they
the-
always use that excuse.
Yeah. So they did not want to cover, and the whole year was trying, and find out that they were trying to get the neurostimulator to go towards my back for migraine. So I said no, I want on my back because I can barely stand up and barely walk. So I just know that long story short, got the request for my back and said no. So this year was a total waste of time, is because I don't know if you guys gonna agree. Feels like it's a game. It's a chess game from hell when you deal with insurance.
That's exactly
Because you
what it is.
calculate
Because
your trend and you see all the angles to see, now they cannot deny. Now I got all my ducks in a row. So with that, I used to take like infusions for RA and Amovic for migraine. And if you have commercial insurance, you get a thing and you just pay $5 to $10 for the medication. When you have Medicare, that won't be covered under that, and you have to pay 900, 1800. So all my medications came up to the total of 4500 a month. So I said I'll die first, but I refuse to pay that amount. It's over my rent. And then I didn't, and I had great doctors that got samples for majority of it. I switched medication that didn't work, and it now got a denial. It feels like they just went like this with their little chess piece and it knocked me out. Check and mate.
Oh
They
my
don't
God.
care. It would be
That's how
much
it
more
feels.
convenient for them if you die.
Right. Well, my friend that works in the hospital, and she's a nurse since I was born or before I was born, she said that we think all the way, we think wrong. The truth is we are statistic. So when they deny something, it's because the statistic says it's experiment. There is no proof they're going. So everything is based on numbers and the statistics. So she said, when you get denied, don't feel like it's personal. I said, sure. If it's easy to
No,
say.
exactly. No, they don't know a thing about you personally, but still, it would be much more convenient for them if you die.
Yeah, and then you can appeal. But the time you spend appealing, I said, no, I'm not
Mhm.
gonna do it. I'm done. They denied. That's good enough. I'll go on without the neurostimulator from my back, and I struggle, and I just have to find other ways. So what I have been doing is I don't use my rollator that I should when I walk, but I live on the second floor. Two dogs, one senior, one young, a rollator, and me lollygagging is a recipe for very nice, good, big disaster. So
Mm.
I go with that. So I just, I just do the best I can, and that's all I can do anyway. Um, and I'm trying to work on my mobility because that's all I can do. And I'm trying to focus on what makes me happy instead of what sucks the happiness out of me, like pain.
Yeah. What makes the insurance company happy is immaterial to you.
I think insurance is denying much, much more claims because 2020 was a very bad year for them.
Yeah.
Pandemic almost broke the
Yeah, that must be why
insurance.
they're reporting record profits.
Yeah, so I do not know. They are in the business of making money, not to help anybody.
Mhm.
The end of the day, you got to think is it's all about the profit and what is in it for me. That's what they think. Is we want to help you, but we got to make money too. So
My insurance will pay this medication that costs $1,000, right, per week, but they pay 100%. Now, this other medication that I take is dirt cheap, right? They have a
okay.
problem with that one.
I know, like my insurance, I take Fioricet that is for migraines. Basically, is Tylenol and butal. The
Okay.
oldest medication, cheap medication, they won't pay. I had to pay out of pocket. But the expensive medication, they pay 80%, and the leftover is $900.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
think when we get to the point that we have to use Medicare, we if you guys need Medicare, read everything, because the way when those sales rep they're telling you about the perks, that's it.
Mhm.
The silver snakers, blah blah blah. Yeah, big whoop-de-doo if you can afford your medication. They will cover more, they will approve more. Yes, but your out of pocket is astronomical. So what good it is to be approved if you can afford to pay for it?
I don't want to grow up.
Things like that. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Oh,
I
I
don't
love
want
your hat.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Can I answer that question for you?
Yes.
Okay. The problem is we don't get on the board of directors at the hospitals. The hospitals make the rules for the insurance. And so when you don't, wait a minute, when you
No, I'm
don't
agreeing. I'm agreeing.
volunteer and get on the different boards of directors for the different community services programs, then that's what they do to shuffle off a little for themselves in the side pocket. So until
Business of
you
money, huh?
start, I'm telling you what I know for sure. This is positively, y'all.
I'll be right back.
Okay. The reason why they don't is because we don't be interested in what our community services are. And the insurances have the boards of directors to make the policies. So
I
they
know.
now is so I'm telling you where to go to get the information you need. And if and
I'm
not
just
only you,
switching.
a lot of people need to be more active in community services. And
Yes.
until we are, we're not going to get anywhere. We're gonna, and then the politicians, they approve all of these things. So you have to go to them, and you have to be willing to keep them communications open.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's really hard for you to when you're healthy it's okay, but if you're like you have multiple um illnesses that is against you and you can barely leave the house, it is really hard. And I think that's when people that is ill pay the most because we're so tired. We don't even have the energy to fight. I just say, okay, won't pay, fine by me.
I
I'll
hear everybody saying this one thing. I don't want to grow up and I don't want to get old and I don't, but you're going to. And if you don't get on the different community services programs to help make the policies, you're going to face the same issues. So don't worry about how old you're going to get. Worry about fixing the issues before you get there.
correct. The
Mhm.
thing is, I thought it's kind of funny. I never thought that I would be disabled
Mhm.
and falling apart before 50.
Oh, before 50? Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
I used
That
to be
is
like a
that
candle that
is
burned
early.
from both ends. Used to do a
Yeah.
lot of community service. Used to help a lot of people. Used to have 2, 3 jobs, and blah blah blah. And then one day, it's like in the matter of I woke up and I saw like something like a meteor shower, and then
Uh-huh.
I was blind for a year and a half, and then all the stress that came with that got in a big ball of confusion, and all my illnesses attacked me at once.
Yeah.
And I was shocked because when I applied for disability, people said, "Don't get your hopes up because you might
That's
not
true.
qualify." I
You might.
qualified right away.
Well, and then it's like this. Uh, you have to anticipate. A lot of people. I didn't even anticipate getting older either, but I'm way older than you, and it did me the same way. I started off with anemia, being anemic, and
Hi,
after
Dana.
being
Your birthday today? Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
after being anemic, then other little things set in. But at the same time, I've given a lot of my time to community services, and so I'm not, like out there with my head cut off, not knowing where to go and who to go to. Go to your Altamans, go to your Go to all of those type of. If you have a problem, go to somebody that's in office. That's call them, call them, call them, call them. That's how I got services in my neighborhood that I needed. I put it. I talked about it right on my channel. The
Yeah.
services that I needed in my community, and believe you me, they hooked me up and got me what I wanted. I didn't.
Tina, you're
At
totally right.
when that office, when he started serving that term that I complained, when he got that office back, he made sure I got what I needed. So
No,
all I can say is keep doing what you got to do. Hey Dana, how you doing?
What does that mean, Cash App or PayPal, please?
That is.
she wanted to give you something, I guess.
She's trying to give you some money.
Oh,
Do you have Cash App or
you know what? Cash App?
and that's giving you
I have
direct
PayPal.
money to you? You have PayPal? Then that's
Yeah.
what she talking about.
Tina,
wants-
I think you're totally right when what you said. I do not even know where I heard that, but the hands that is open to give is open to receive. And sometimes when we are in the receiving end, we feel embarrassed, ashamed, feel less than, I do not know. It's much better to be in the end that is giving than the one that is receiving. But I guess we have to not be embarrassed of our disabilities or illnesses or something. And if we do need help, just ask for help. Ask the husband, ask the wife, ask the sister, brother, neighbor. If you have somebody, just ask. Or, I have been, since I got disabled, I have been shocked how there is so many organizations to help you with whatever problem you have. So
Yeah.
there is always, but you gotta look for it and you gotta accept the
Avenues,
help.
yes.
You're
Because
totally right.
I got what I needed through my city councilman. So but if anything go that I don't like, believe you me, I will complain to the alderman, city councilman, the senator, the congressman. I will complain to any of them that ring, ring, ring. It's Tina. I need some services. I let them know because I know that's the people who gonna make it happen.
True.
That's the people that's gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Well, my alarm went off. I
Somebody got
have a
their
doctor's
phone on and
appointment.
something else because it's echo. It's coming from both.
I'm
of y'all.
not sure. I don't have anything here, but I'm gonna go. I have my alarm went off. I have a doctor's appointment, and I will talk to you guys later. Happy
Nice to
birthday!
meet you.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. I met you before. I
Oh,
just had
okay.
a different name. I used to be Yourself with Jane.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope you come by my house sometimes and spend some
I
time.
shall. I visit everybody. I have been very inactive because life has been hard, but I have high hopes for next year.
Okay,
It's gonna get
that's
better.
good.
I
so.
think the Lord has been blessing me a lot. Sometimes we are so focused on the problem that we forget the solution or the little blessings, the little things that makes the difference. So I have been focusing on the little things because a whole bunch of little things make a big thing.
Oh my gosh,
So
Dana. You're so nice. Oh my gosh. I didn't expect anything. Dana, you're so. Oh my gosh. She gave me a gift. Dana.
That's nice.
yay,
Oh
happy
my
birthday!
gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you so
I'm
much.
leaving you guys.
And Jane, good luck at the doctor. I hope everything goes
Yes,
well.
good luck.
Is a televisit. It's the best thing in the world.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, I do those type of visits too.
I
Yeah.
think it's the way to the
Yeah.
future. If you
I
don't
would
need
love
to be
those.
probed or anything, you don't need to go to the office.
Yeah.
you
I would have
don't.
loved those 25 years ago. I hated going. I still don't like going outside. So
Mm,
telehealth is good for me.
I
mm.
love it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll talk to you
finding-
guys later.
Okay.
Bye, bye, David. Bye, Tina.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
David.
Happy birthday again.
Bye.
Who all is leaving?
Not me.
Jenny.
I just got here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I was just saying that. Yeah, I find more and more that I guess I can call it social anxiety. Just keeps me from doing some things
Yeah,
that I
me
might
too.
otherwise want to do.
Uh-huh. I
Mhm.
I have all
I-
that stuff. I've had all that stuff before it had a name. And it's I'm glad it has a name. I'm glad it's getting more popular because I'm like, I've been trying to say this for years. Now you know. And then COVID came, and then I'm like, you see what I told you about the germ? You see?
Mhm.
Well, I'm not a germaphobe, no, so much, but I sure have enjoyed the isolation. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's really nice. I don't know how people do it. The people who live completely alone.
Well, I'm about to find out, and I don't know how it is either.
Oh my
I
gosh.
have lived alone, and I have loved it.
But you guys also have YouTube. I'm talking to people who don't go on YouTube at all. They're just at home. They don't. I know this woman. She's at home. She doesn't watch TV. She lives alone. She doesn't leave the house. And I just feel like, how do you? I don't know. I need like to talk to people. I have to like talk. You know, everywhere I go, I figure out a way to talk to people. Sometimes they join me in my conversation. Like I was at the grocery store and I was getting some jalapenos, right? And they're super big. They're super sized. So I go to the lady next to me and go, look at these jalapenos. They're big. So she gives me this look like she goes like this. Like I'm weird or something. And then I said an expletive under my breath, you know.
Oh wow!
You don't want to talk? You're a
It's
jerk.
your day.
I gotta go plug in my laptop because it's low battery. Hold on, I'm right behind you. I didn't go anywhere. I'm just plug it in. But you know what? I think I'm gonna go get my refill because look at what my ice did to my drink. My drink.
Uh-oh.
Look what happened. Look what happened. This is why I don't drink too much. It becomes water. That's not right. I'll be right back. Let me fill it up. Talk among yourself.
Okay, look at. I hope she enjoy her birthday. Hmm. Yeah, I'm like, I can't believe that I'm not going to be able to afford to give gifts this year. But a couple of people didn't enjoy the gifts that I sent them last year, so maybe that's why I'm not able to send gifts this year.
I honestly,
It was
for
too little.
me,
They didn't
yeah.
appreciate it. You know when people don't appreciate something when they ignore the fact that you gave them a gift.
and you know what? A third hand thank you is not enough.
Huh?
A third hand thank you by word of mouth,
Mhm.
not enough.
Not enough.
I mean, I'll take an email. I'll take a phone call, but having somebody else
Oh
tell
wow!
somebody else.
Somebody did you like that?
Cousins.
Oh wow!
Wait, I missed it. What?
No, we're talking about gift giving for
About gift
Christmas.
giving, this year I'm not able to give Christmas gifts, but last year I gave Christmas gifts to a few people and they didn't even acknowledge that I gave it to them. And it kind of hurt my feelings.
Mhm.
It was really
because I get it. A lot of people don't take the time to get a card from the store and sit down and write it and then mail it. But so much has changed. We have text messaging. You can at least send a text message.
they didn't say
Exactly.
anything and never even acknowledged that ever even sent them a gift at all.
Exactly,
like,
and that's
I
what I
can't
was saying
believe
happened to
you.
me too. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and in fact, this was specifically asked for.
Hmm.
And so I actually put a lot of work into it, and I got,
Yeah.
you
That's what
know,
I'm thinking. I put a lot of work into that gift, and they didn't even acknowledge that and you wouldn't believe they're sitting in your panel right now. Oh, wow. Huh.
no, I don't get that, but you
No,
know,
not in your panel, in your audience, I mean. In
yeah,
your
but
audience.
I don't even know if anybody knows that I'm on YouTube in my family, but I got tell David thank you, and I'm going, what? You can't even pick up the phone. You can't even send an email or
Right.
even a Facebook message.
So,
Yeah, tell David
Yeah.
thank you is not enough.
wow,
Now,
that
there
is
are people to whom I do give gifts,
so
who
stink
are
face.
very appreciative.
So stink face. I always do that because I don't know how to do
Oh,
it.
you mean the suntan nostrils,
I
the
don't
nose
know
in the
what to
air for the
call it, but
suntan.
I call it stink face.
Oh,
Mhm.
Heather has to go. Okay, bye, Heather. Thank you for coming. I had
Hey,
a I display these look, I've shown you this before, but every month I change the granny square downstairs in the lobby,
oh, that
and
is so
this was
gorgeous.
last year's,
Oh,
I
that's
mean
cute.
last month's. So I put it on the lobby bulletin board. I make, I change it every month. And one day on the bulletin board was a letter, handwritten. It says, to the person who has been putting the crocheted decorations, thank you. It's so nice. I wish I knew how to crochet. I'm only 8 years old, blah, blah, blah. She took the time to write a
Oh, that
long,
sounds
Oh,
very
isn't that
sweet.
long
cute?
letter. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
She,
the sort of thing you love. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know, lots of my crochet friends, we exchange stuff freely. My local yarn buddy is always giving me stuff, so I had to give her some stuff that, or at least offer her some stuff from my recent trip. She didn't take everything that I offered, and I wouldn't have either. But she took some of it, and then she is always giving me stuff. And then I saw Granny D last week, and she gave me stuff, and I gave her stuff. You know, that's the sort of thing um, that makes it worthwhile. But you
it does.
know,
Yeah, it does.
as far as family, it's really just my sister and me now, and neither one of us is in a position to be extremely generous in terms of gift giving. She gave me a gift card to Lion Brand last year, and by golly, I sure used it.
I know that's right.
And you know, I gave her a couple of little tchotchkes because she likes tchotchkes. Um,
Oh. But
so
it is nice to have somebody that loves you, at least one somebody.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
So I have, but you know, I have friends that I do things for, and they do appreciate it, and that's very nice. And then I have other friends who maybe appreciate it, or at least are less demonstrative in their appreciation. Perhaps I should say it that way.
Mm.
But you know, I can't afford gifts this year either. I can't afford gifts any year.
Me either.
Really.
But happy
I
Thanksgiving to everyone.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
And
that's
Merry Christmas.
that's the other big day this week.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
this year, the
I
last.
still gotta get my bird. I'm only cooking the breast, But I found out that when you cook the breast that has the bone in the skin on, it comes out juicier than if you just buy a breast boneless,
Oh,
skinless.
hi.
There
Hi,
are
Jeanette.
lots.
Yeah, I
Hi,
said hi to you earlier, Jeanette, but hi, hi. She's saying hi to Tina and Dana.
Yeah.
But
Hi.
not to me.
Oh,
Mhm.
of course. I'm sure she's gonna say hi to you. Say hi to David.
I was just being silly.
And my
Anyway, yeah,
super little.
there are lots of really useful cooking videos about cooking turkey, and there are so many different methods out there.
I
Um,
cooked a turkey for so many years, but since my son left for school and he's hardly here on Thanksgiving, I don't have anywhere to put my turkey, my leftovers, because my son from school at school, I call him my fixer. You know, he makes all the leftovers disappear. Oh, here's a message for you, David, from
I spoke to you, David,
Jeanette.
early.
She said it already. Said hi to you.
oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not trying to be negative or anything like that. But okay, if I now this is the first time I seen Janet today. Okay,
Mhm.
so I get it. Hey Tina, hi Dana. This is my first time seeing you. But if I see you 5, 6 times today and every do I supposed to say like if I see you in Cindy Hart or you know
I
Karen or anything like that. Do I supposed to speak to you each and every time I see you in another chat? If I've already said hello already this morning.
I don't know. Sometimes I have said I have been on YouTube. I have days where I'm on YouTube all day. I go from one
Mhm.
live to the other, and I see the same people in the same
Right.
live,
Hmm.
and I do repeat my hello to them.
I
But that's
can't do
just
it.
me.
I don't
I don't
feel
I
like
don't
it.
think there's a set rule because but then like you're doing, you just ask because yesterday I'll tell you when I went to pick up my food from this restaurant, they make you sign the receipt. And because it's a restaurant, they have that tip line. Do you want a tip? And I'm thinking, well, it's pickup. Do I tip? So I asked the guy, I said, do I tip? Because even though it's pickup. And he said to me, no. I said,
No.
I'm
Uh-uh.
glad I asked.
No, you don't. Not when you pick it up
Yeah.
yourself. You
I just
what?
rarely leave that tip line empty. I don't ever leave it empty. So this was like the first time I was going to leave the tip line empty.
Oh, okay.
David, what
But
did
if
you mess
that's
up
when
on,
they
David?
deliver, that's
I'm
when they
just
Yeah.
deliver.
I'm really not digging this thing that I'm working on because I don't think
Mm.
I'm doing it right. So I need to go back.
I know that crochet face where you mess up or do something that
Hello.
that
That was
don't.
Dana saying hello.
Okay,
Hello.
Oh,
more frogging.
Yeah.
hello from Dana to David and Miss Tina.
Yeah. You know, but
Data is always
I
wonderfully
I
supportive.
don't I'm not for sure, but it's like this. If you just come to my live and then I go from my live to Dee's live, I
Mhm.
don't see we've already spoken. I don't see the sense in just to
Mhm.
me it's like I'm not trying to I don't try to be fake or phony. I try to be for real. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm for real.
So what I'm picking up is that somebody has said something to you that has bothered you, so that you are you feel. I mean, I don't hear anything improper or inappropriate in your behavior in what you're saying, but it sounds like somebody has suggested it might be, and that has bothered you a lot. Is that true?
Well, it's just that it happens like I be in a lot of lives. I be in I do a live almost every day. And then I go from my live to her 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 live. Okay. So if I see you in my live and then I see you in Dee's live, and then I see you in Karen's live, then I see you in Sharon's live, and then I see you in Terry's live. Okay, how many do I got? I don't feel like it's like I need to have to say hello to you
Mm-hmm.
5 different times in the same day. To me,
I
I'm
used
fake or phony, and I don't want to be that.
I used to work with somebody who would say that, you know, you don't have to do anything in this life except die. So
Yeah. You know, I go into lives often and I don't say a word. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. What? Okay. Okay. Hold on just a second.
Okay. You know, I don't know. I don't know. And I just wonder, you know, like, and now if I haven't seen you today, then I got no problem with it. But it's when I didn't see you 5 times today, I got a problem.
well, yeah, and I sometimes can't keep track of whom I've seen today and who I haven't. So
I keep track of it.
no, I was, you know, with DOI, I was really just joking.
Oh, okay. I know that. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about strictly about me.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
I
Because
know, but
this was my first time seeing you today. So, you know, and this was my first time seeing Sandy. Really, today, right now, is the first show that I've been on today. I didn't even do my show. But yesterday, I was on about maybe 3 shows. And every time I come in the show, it'd be the same people. I mean, like if I go to another show right now, you know, because I think D gonna come on today. She gonna,
yeah, Granny D's at
you know,
5
D gonna
Eastern.
come on, and it'll be the same people that's in your show today, right now. You know, and
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so you know, I love you and I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at them, but I'm just saying, you know, to me, it's like everybody know we done spoke.
Yeah. I mean, if that's you do you. For me, I some days go on lives and I don't want to talk. And I just listen. And sometimes I'm very chatty, Kathy, chatty, you know. And the next day I'll be like, you know.
Yeah, I do the same. And, you know, some of them I really don't speak. Some of them it's hard to get a word in edgewise.
So
Right.
Jeanette is wanting to know. So if she goes,
If you can, my life is to be, and there you have to live. Should I speak to you?
okay, now I have no idea
Well,
what I'm doing.
it's like this. Oh, it was right up here, and I was trying to read it down there. I don't know. You know, it's like I love you, and I know, you know, but I don't use things to be. I mean, to me, we all here. Everybody that's gonna be it, and I'm gonna say, hey, you know, you the host. That's one thing, but everybody in the chat, I'm just saying, when I come in your live, I'm gonna automatically say, hey, Janet, how you doing? I love you, this and that. You know what I mean? But it's everybody that's in there. We all done seen each other all day. We've been going from one to the next. So if I have to speak to each and every one of them, I can't get no work done.
this reminds me of when I used to work. When I used to work in an office and you go down the hallway, there was this rule that every time I see your face, I got to say hi to you. So I'm saying hi physically to 40 people 40 times a day. Hi, hey, how's it going? What's up?
That was a rule.
How was
was
how was
actually
your weekend?
written somewhere.
What's for dinner today? You know, how are the kids?
Yeah, ain't that aggravating though?
Some days I don't mind.
Some
I
days
don't
it's
mind.
but
I'm
then
like this, but some days I just feel. But then there are these people who have a policy. I came here to work, not to socialize. I'm not going to talk to you. You don't talk to me. Some people were like that. They did not go out. They just came to work at like a almost like a robot and don't don't even say hi to me. You know,
Actually, when I was in
and
the
then if
corporate,
you were on fire, maybe I'll put you out of fire, but that's it. You know.
wow.
yeah,
But
when
you know, it's not that I don't like it. It's like, but it's like, okay, like when I have a live,
Hmm.
when I speak to everybody in the chat, did everybody go to the next chat and I go to the next chat? They've already spoken to me in my chat. So, you know, what? I don't
think that
get it. It's too much. Especially it's inconsiderate of what I'm doing because I'm trying, of course you know that I love you, I care, this and that, but I'm working.
Yeah. Well, then you do
And
like
You know,
yeah,
and
and
you know what? I'm gonna tell you who told me this, and then I sat up and thought about it yesterday, and I tried to figure it out because Dee told me the same thing one day. She said, Tina, she said, I would come in your live and say something, but I be then already spoke to the people earlier in the day at at Ursula's live. And then when I come to your live, instead of everybody letting me enjoy being in your live, no one will let me enjoy being there because everybody will say, hey D, hey D, hey D, hey D, hey D. I can't get nothing done when by the time your live come on.
that's why sometimes I don't say hi to anybody. I just say hello to the host and I say,
Hostess,
I have you running while
That's
I'm
proper
working.
etiquette. That's
Yeah.
proper etiquette to say hello to the hostess.
Yeah.
But
And then
then
because I put
everybody
my
that's
laptop
in
on
your
and
own chat,
I'm working around, you know?
I'm trying to get something done here.
but you know what? At the same time, this is the internet. This is not a tea party. You know, it's not that rudeness is acceptable. It's just that
Everybody has
standards are
yes,
not always going to be the same.
they're
If we're
not.
meeting in person at a social event, then it would be different.
And I forgot
But
how to do that in person. Really? How
Huh?
about you? I forgot how to do that in person. How to
What?
behave
I
in
forgot how
person.
to do anything in person.
Like I went to the post
No,
office
when
the other day and I'm like,
I've
how
been
do
in a lot of meetings, and so when you get it at okay, this is proper etiquette at a meeting because I know because I've been in a lot of them. And proper meeting, you speak. They have you speak to everybody you can in the beginning of the meeting. Then once the minutes are took at the meeting, everybody's supposed to sit down and listen because you got to listen to what happened at the last meeting so that you know where your settings is, what you supposed to been doing. You supposed to get out your notes. You supposed to do this and do that. Then they have a lunch. Then you have your lunch, and then the meeting starts again. And then once the meeting is over, then you have conversation time again, and you try to set up whatever meetings you have with the next group. That's it. But all of that
But you know what?
meeting, no, you don't do that.
Business manners are different in other countries. Like in Northern Europe, they would go. They would they would not even think about the social aspect at the beginning of a meeting. They would go straight to the business at hand. And
Oh,
everybody would be there on time. They would not ask about, your life, your children,
Like my former coworker.
uh-huh.
She didn't. She don't. She don't need to know your birthday. She don't need to know, the anniversary of your work. How many years you've been here, and don't say happy birthday. Don't try to find out her birthday. She doesn't want you to acknowledge nothing, and not even. She didn't let people know she went on vacation. And one time like a she won like a car, like a
Mhm.
she won like a Jaguar, right? And instead of like going,
By the way, I went on a contest like that.
yeah, she just rolls up in the parking lot with her Jaguar, and
Mm.
we're like, "Oh my gosh, where'd you get that Jaguar?" She's like,
Yourself.
"Oh,
Yes.
she was just like,
That's none of your business.
let's not talk about, yeah." But it was a big deal to us. Like, it's not every day you win a car like
I
that.
eventually learned in my years in the corporate world that you have, people you work with that you like, and then you have friends, and they are two different things. And I once said that to a coworker, and she was appalled. She thought it was the worst thing she had ever heard. And I heard her mocking me from the other side of
Oh
the
wow.
room where we worked.
Mm.
So, oh,
Yeah, it's the working with different personalities was so hard on me, uh, with my issues that I have, but it took a lot of energy out of me every day
Mhm.
to go to work. In the end of my career, it was just too many personalities and too many. I found out like I had to
Yeah.
change my personality for every person that I talked to. You know,
Yeah.
I talk to the quiet girl, then I have to be quiet like her. If I talk to the loud girl, then I have to adjust to her personality and be loud with her. And and then there was a girl who liked to do sexual innuendos. And then I had to go along with Jane is here. Jane, how long have you been there? I'm so
A
sorry.
while. I left earlier. My appointment's not until half an hour from now.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry.
I just have me hanging here.
It's because I have to okay. Now I'm
I'm
gonna.
not mad. I'm joking.
Oh my gosh. I know
You know,
I've been in basements for a while too. And I'm like, when are they gonna see?
oh gosh,
I have
one
a
time.
husband.
Hmm?
Well, that's the only husband I have. So sorry, I have a husband. He's like that coworker. Don't bother me about my birthday. Don't wish me Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Happy Holidays. Don't give me any imposition gift that I will have to retrieve when it's your birthday or when it's Christmas or whatever. I come here to work. I don't come here to socialize.
Yeah.
Now,
Mhm.
I can be either way. It depends the people that I work with,
So
because
you're like me. You change your personality.
no, I don't change my personality. I just change the way I treat them.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, if people are genuinely nice, they care, you're going to spend at least 9 hours with them, counting lunch, right?
Yeah.
So I think should be a pleasant environment.
Mhm.
But if people are just stabbing your back and being nasty or ugly or whatever, they're jerks, why would I waste my time on them? So I
And
worked with
then there's
when
the
I
woman. All she talks about is her child and how he made the football team. He made the football team. Then he got into this college, and then he's starting to. Oh my gosh! If I hear about this kid one more time, I'm just gonna scratch my face off. Shut up about your kid. Some days,
Yeah.
I get, like I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about another recipe that you have for chicken salad or whatever. Oh my gosh!
yeah,
It's
because
all coming back.
you have no. I think the thing is for you to make friendships at work, you have something that connect. It's just like you got to connect with that person. So apparently you didn't connect. Her interests were different from yours, and that's okay. But you know like I worked with this lady that she used to get phone calls from, how you call when you don't pay your bills,
Yeah. Credit.
over and
Collect-
over. Yeah, but not like with. And then she got mad, and we used to work in cubicle, and then in a small room, and she used to yell and toss things. One day she tossed things around, a pencil or spare scissors. I don't know what it was. It was so fast, passed by my friend's eyes like this, almost blinded the girl. So then
Mm.
I was very frustrated to work with these people. They went to Germany because some of them worked for the airline, so they didn't need to pay for tickets. They got in the plane, they left, and they
Mhm.
had fun. And not even, hey, Jane, do you want to come? Not that I would go, but like that whole thing. So I knew my place that I'm not friends. I have nothing in common. So I'm not going to waste my time with you guys. And then I was sick. I had a migraine. I wasn't having a good day. So I was keeping to myself. And then this girl that had this hissy fit, she just told me, aren't you going to answer me? I said, is it in my job description to answer you? If it's not job related, I don't need to talk to you. Oh
Mhm.
my goodness. She sent an email the size of Texas to my boss saying a
Oh,
whole bunch of things.
and she
So
CC'd you?
then my boss called me like 15 minutes later. There she was sitting in the office. But it was fantastic. I love those things at work, because it's so, sometimes you can write a book and
Yeah.
send it to the office, those stories. And then I said, I'm so sorry that I offended your gentle soul.
Oh my gosh. There was this woman I used to work with. She had a personality. She always was like this. She walked like this. She sat like this. And then anything you had to say that was positive, she found a way to twist it into negative. So we nicknamed her Eeyore. Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, right? One day, this woman walks into the office on casual Friday with jeans and a sweatshirt with Eeyore on it. Oh my gosh, I lost it. I started laughing so much. I'm like, oh my gosh, she even wears Eeyore on her shirt. You had to be there. It's not even funny right now, but
Well, I can see how funny it was, but
yeah.
um, that's my best friend's name. Ever since she touches turn to crap. So
Really?
it's just, and I have a friend that everything she touches turn to gold. It's kind of
Wow.
like, where's the
Have
happy
her
medium friend?
touch. Yeah. Maybe it's you. You're the medium.
No, I'm not the happy
No.
medium.
David,
I used
were
to
you? Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna ask David, did you have a basement story you wanted to tell us?
a basement story. It's
I,
very
I thought we were talking about being in the basement for a long time. And you started to say,
Oh, there was one time recently I left someone in the basement because the previous time he had been up, he just ran on and on and on and on and on and on and
oh,
on about something that was entertaining to no one.
oh. So you intentionally left them in the basement.
Well,
Do you tell
I
the person
said
later?
I did not say
No.
that, but I did say that there were already quite a few people on the panel, which fortunately there were, so I wanted to keep it manageable.
If I'm in the
Oh.
basement, in your basement, David, I would know. You don't want me there. Just kidding, David.
Oh no, I only expect the greatest of goodwill from Jane.
I have a crochet related question.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a crochet channel, right? Let's talk yarn.
Nominally. Yeah.
Okay, so those Christmas ornament that is like a little ball that they crochet like a granny square, and they make into a ball.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody put it in a group that I belong, saying,
Mhm.
well, I'm thinking to sell $5 each or $10 for, I do not know. She was wondering if she was undercharging. And, and somebody's, I love those people. I love those groups because sometimes you make the conversation makes you laugh. So somebody said, not dissing your work or anybody else's work or anything. You cannot base your prices on Etsy prices
Mm.
because Etsy prices are way up there. I sometimes I think it's outrageous.
Because you
Okay,
have to pay Etsy too.
yeah, but it don't pay that much.
Uh,
But anyway, but it's like once like 4 years ago I looked at a hat that was made of acrylic yarn, nothing fancy, probably a red heart with love,
mhm.
$40. How can you justify that charge? you know so,
Yeah.
and then if you
Hi,
sell yours
Joanne.
for 15-20 bucks, then you're undercharging. People think your stuff is crap. So she said, not everybody gonna pay $5 for an ornament. Nevertheless, two or three of them.
Yeah.
So she said, you gotta be conscious about your work and make just barely enough so you don't go in a negative.
Mhm.
It was like, dang. So she basically said, calculate how much you spend, put a little bit more for you so you don't overcharge. She said, nowadays, with COVID and all these other problems with the pandemic, people don't have a lot of money to invest on things. So I was wondering,
Mhm.
what is your opinion? Do you think, like, because somebody asked me to make Christmas tree ornaments and things, and I was like, I never know what to charge. And I usually use red heart because it's nothing fancy and is a rough yarn that I
That's
wouldn't wear.
David's favorite yarn. You know that?
I thought his was mainstay because I really like mainstay
I'm just
too.
kidding. I'm being
Don't mess
sarcastic.
with my mind.
May I answer? May I answer if it's all right?
Sure.
I think you should always charge what the value of the yarn is, what the value of your time is, and then this is what I do. I always charge the value of what I always put the value of what the product is plus my time that I put into making it. And then I let you know that the packaging, the shipping and handling is all on you because you want the product. I cannot afford to ship the product to you out of what I make. I won't make any money.
See, that's what happened on my pumpkins. I said down here, I don't crochet for profit. Not nor I do YouTube for profit. I don't. I do. I'm telling you the truth. For
But
me, it's
why
a
you don't crochet for profit when they not what are they giving you that you can afford to give the whole, so you can afford to give the whole world anything that they
no.
want.
It's not that. For instance, I like to make hats.
Mhm.
I make hats and I crochet and knit them as a therapy for my how can I say, my mental issues, to calm myself, to center myself. I have very
Mhm.
active mind. I overanalyze, I overthink,
Mhm.
so crochet and knitting is supposed to be relaxing. It's supposed to take my mind out of this ball of confusion and center me.
Mhm.
So I never ever, this is the rule of my family, we never ever make profit of a hobby that is supposed to help you to calm you down. Now, if you talk about sewing, because I used to make wedding dresses, then let's talk business. I don't sew for fun. Sew for me is just business.
Mhm.
So what I did, I made this, I was just here trying to find my Crojo, and I have all this bunch of leftovers. So I made a whole bunch of pumpkins. And I was just enjoying the process of making the pumpkin and make all those kind of you know, like when you finish making something, it looks cute and you're so proud of it. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, let me make another one. And when I saw I had about 12 of them, so my friend said, oh, I would like some. How much you charge? I said, you can give me whatever you want. That's what I told her. I do it for fun.
Because it helps you.
Yeah, I said I do it for fun. So she gave me an envelope. And the way out, I went to the dentist. And the way out, she gave me $100. I was like, holy crap.
I take
Wow.
$100.
Uh-huh.
So for 12 pumpkins, she said, I love them all. Can I have them all? I said, sure. I was like, as long as I get at least the amount of the yarn, or you can give me a yarn as a gift or whatever. And usually people, and I can't complain. People give me a lot of yarn. So I'm never going to complain that I don't have enough yarn. Maybe I don't have the fancy yarn that I would like to try, like a hobium, like, I do not know. I don't even know the fancy yarn.
Malabrigo.
Yeah, something like that. But I do have very nice yarn that people give me. And
Yes.
when they, they give me what's the name of that? Well, for instance, I made 3 shawls. And my friend was freezing here in Texas. Cracks me up, freezing in Texas. And one day she said, I don't think I'm gonna make. I'm so cold. So I had those shawls that has been a year in the tote waiting for an owner, and I gave it to her, and she was so happy. Then I think one of the stores, I do not know if it's Joann's or Michael's, were closing and relocating to another place. So she went there. She bought so much yarn for me, So I don't have a problem with that, but I don't like to charge. I hate charging. Charging is not my forte. But I need to learn to charge. But my problem when you make something for sale, when you crochet, you lose a little bit the creativity room, because people say, oh, can you make that in black?
Yeah,
make
the
a little
joy
bit
goes
more?
out of it. Yeah. So if I can reply, I'm hearing like 2 or 3 different issues going on here. One is, actually, what do you charge realistically, if that is your intention? One
Yes.
is, do you charge if you're just doing it for your own reasons, for pleasure, for healing? And then there's also, what is your time worth, and what are your materials worth? So I mean, there are a lot of different ways to look at this. So I think that in your case, if I may, I think that your focus really is on healing. And if anybody gifts you with money in exchange for things that you have made, I think that's a wonderful bonus. But I do not hear that that is a primary goal of yours at all.
No.
Right.
So
I understand. Let me. May I speak? I understand what she's saying. Just like, okay, these $2 here, I'm gonna charge for them. I'm gonna get my money. They'll give me the money that I want for them. Okay, but this doll, because this doll is a dream catcher doll for a child that lost their mother, I'm not going to charge for this doll. This is a free doll. But if I make another one for someone else, then I probably charge for it. Because, I don't know who got the echo going. Somebody got an echo going.
I don't have it.
So you're coming back to what I was saying about intention, and what you mean with what you're making. And the Dreamcatcher doll is meant for a very different purpose from the other dolls that you were talking about, correct?
Right. Because those dolls, I'm doing it because they asked me to. But this doll was not asked for, but it's given because the child lost a parent and needs that parent, needs to be able to communicate with that parent even though the parent is gone. And it's just out of a love for me for children. I love children. I know how much a parent is needed in a child's life, and I want that child to feel a sense of communication with the parent. So that's why I'm giving this doll. But those dolls, and if I was to make another doll, I would charge for it. But but it all depends on what the circumstances are. But
My
most of
case
the
is
time,
this.
I want my money.
Let's say,
Hmm.
uh, a lot of people know I like to crochet hats. I
Hmm.
love making hats.
Right.
Hats is it for me, right, Dave? Dave saw my hats. So when I'm done with the hats, when the box gets full, I just get that box and take to the oncology ward. Drop off, walk away. Okay, I'm gonna put them all in boxes with that I call that little nice paper, wishing them blah blah blah. Hopefully blah blah blah. That puts a smile on your face in the difficult time. I have all the things. I have the a printed thing that my friend made it for me, and I just drop to the there and walk away. No expectation of anybody giving me money or asking me to make more hats for them.
Yeah.
However, if somebody comes to my house and see the hats, and say, "Can I have these?" I said, "Sure." How much you want to charge? I said, "Give me something you think I'm worth of." And somebody goes, "Well, I can find one at Walmart for $5." That's kind of little rude to me, you know. So
That's unfair.
Yeah, if
That's
someone says that,
unfair.
tell them to go to Walmart.
Right.
that's what I did. So
Mhm.
it's like, well, unless it was made by some kids in some third world country, or some people that make hundreds of hats just to have $1. If you want to support that, that's fine by me. But no, I said I spent about 2-3 hours, probably less, but I put like that 2-3 hours to make a hat, and there is a price of the yarn, and you're not paying for the hat, you're paying for my skills. That's what I tell people. So you're saying that my work is crap, and then the person get all discombobulated. I said, what about if you, and then I always say, what about if you just give me yarn, not crappy yarn. I said, I specifically say gotta be something soft that can go, feel good when you touch it, because majority of them go to people with no hair, so they have a very delicate skin. So that's how I
Hmm.
negotiate. But it's kind of like I feel weird charging people $30, $40 for a hat.
No, I don't. I
I
I
don't.
know.
wouldn't. No,
I
I
don't
don't.
feel guilty never charging anybody for my services
I
because
messed up.
I don't sell my stuff, but I keep thinking that I should because I'm short of funds. I mean, I'm all about selling patterns, and I haven't sold many of those lately either. But yeah, because the whole Walmart thing. If it's cheaper at the mall, then
Go to Walmart.
go to the mall. And there might be a few swear words in the way that I reply to them. But I'm not going to bargain on the value of my time and skill. When I was a corporate IT consultant, you know, I made as much as $65 an hour. Are you going to pay me that much for what I'm making here? Because it takes the
That's
same
kind of
level
funny
of
that you say that.
expertise.
Because when I was an interpreter and my mind was better than it is now, when I could hold the renditions, when everything came out right before the stroke and this accent, that who knows what kind of accent this is. When there was Brazilians or Portuguese people around me and they say, "Can you translate this?" I said, "Hey, this is my job, not a charity thing. I will interpret this for you, but that's it. If you need services, you got to pay me as an interpreter." I was very strict at that. And I said, "I'm not a walking dictionary." It sounds kind of cold, but it was very overwhelming. People asking me, "How do you say that? How did that?" So I was very strict. This is work. This is work. This is how I bring home the bacon. This,
Mhm.
So
And
that thing, I had some hats before I got disability. Hold on.
Oh.
Before I got disability, got a time that was very, very hard. That process, you get no money coming in, right?
yeah,
You
I know
can't
about
work.
that.
So I was like going with $10 a week for food. So I said, I have all this yarn, I have all this money, I'm gonna make. So I made a whole bunch of cloche. Is that the way you call it? The flapper hat? And I put it on the marketplace on YouTube, on Facebook.
Facebook Marketplace, yeah.
I put it for $10, $12. Nothing. Then I looked some other work that looked so mediocre and they were selling for 25, $30. So I crank up my price, change the photos, different angle, and put it back for 30 something. I sold all my hats in a week. So to
Mm.
tell you, if you depreciate your value, people gonna say, I do not know. Maybe this product is not good.
Mm-hmm.
You
So not
know,
That's why I always charge exactly what my product is worth.
mhm.
And you know what I learned? That if I made it, God made someone that wants to buy it. I might have to hold it until they come along, but there's
Exactly,
someone that
yeah.
wants it, and they want it at the price that I want to sell it at. So I don't worry about
do
the.
you use that method? Let's say if you spend $20 in yarn, like let's say material $30, right?
Mhm.
Then your time, and then let's say 4 hours
Even
of
if it's
work.
very posh yarn, your time is worth more than the yarn.
So
Your
what
time
would you
and
charge
talent.
an hour?
$65 at least. If I could get
Okay.
it, but I'm not gonna. But
What
you
would
know,
realistic be? So let's say if I charge
think about it
$10 an
this
hour.
way: a secretary gets $20 an hour for answering phones and typing memos.
Mhm.
A person at Walmart make what?
Now
15?
that brings me to I was talking to
$12.
a lady. I was talking to a lady at the hospital one day, and I told her what my hat cost. This hat, and she tried to say that I was overcharging for this hat. But I said, with the time that it takes me to make this hat, I'm really not getting all of what it's worth with the time that it takes for me to make it. But I do want to get a fair price for it.
Well, so let's say if I you're gonna be let out just a second. So if I charge $40 for a hat,
Mhm.
Okay.
I spend $6 in yarn. So it's just that, right?
Mhm.
So if you divide that amount by three, my hours, 3 hours. If I charge myself minimum wage, let's say like that, okay? So I still get overpaid.
I gotta wish Chiquita's Crochet happy birthday because it's her birthday too.
Happy birthday, Chiquita. How you doing? How you doing? Love you, Chiquita. Miss you, Chiquita.
Now it's time for my appointment for real.
Oh, now where did my
So thanks for talking to me about that. I thought it was an interesting topic, and I
No,
always get back.
you know what? It's a good subject. It
It
really
is.
is.
It's always difficult for you to charge, especially when stop. Especially when I'm telling Google to stop. Especially when when you have no money and you look ahead for $40, you know you wouldn't be able to afford that, but you go like, maybe I should charge 10 or 15 because that's what I would be able to afford. And then you depreciate your work. And then people say, I don't think it's worth it. But if you put it at $30, $40,
Yeah.
it's insane.
But yeah, it's and I heard another lady say that when she started charging more for her things, people paid right away for them.
I will be listening to you guys.
When she would charge $2 and $3 and $4 for her items, people wouldn't buy them.
Yeah. I wonder, I'll tell you one thing. You'll never guess how much I paid for this one. Can you tell what it is? First of all, can you tell what it is?
It looks like a bomb.
Yeah. What's the letter on it? What's the letter on it? F.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what it means to drop an F bomb?
I'm very familiar with F-bombs.
I don't know what it means.
It means to use the F word.
Oh, okay.
So when you use the F word, they say you drop the F bomb.
Okay.
So Rose from Rose Likes Crochet made this, and I went to a craft fair that she was at. I paid $25 for this. I can't get this at Walmart, first of all. Second of all, I did ask her. I said, why? Not that I'm complaining, but tell me why it's $25. And she told me why. She explained it because it's very difficult to make. It's very tedious to sew on this F. It's, she explained in detail what she does to make this. I said, oh, okay. That's I like this. I thought it was cute. So I didn't mind paying for that.
$25 for that?
Yeah.
Wow. That's good.
But
that's good.
It shows if you make something unique, people will pay if they know the value of crochet and yarn. She explained to me what else she needed to do to make that thing. And it's a lot of work.
My whole thing is people like when you call it custom made or and you got to use like words like unique, custom made, things like that. And people don't mind paying the price of it. But when you just say crochet, they be like, But when you say custom made, things like that, then they put more value to the way you present it.
If you saw the interview that I posted today, this absolutely wonderful guy talked about the difference in terminology. You say handmade and not homemade.
Right.
Big difference.
Yes.
Yeah. I got it.
That people love when you say things are, custom made and stuff like that, because they feel more value to what it is that you've made. But if you say home crochet homemade, they be like, they look at it, turn their nose. They give it grandmother nose. They give it the stink nose, and it'll be like, what you giving my work stink nose for?
Yeah. They think of their grandmother and how, their grandmother used to make it and sell it for $1.
But how I know for a fact that custom made really works is I know y'all have seen this. I'm gonna show it to y'all right quick. And I sold this at the club for $60. And I know, and I've proven it to myself. I will always use custom made. I will always say my work is custom made because it makes people want it. They don't want it if they think that, oh, it's just hand embroidered. It's custom made. hmm I've always used that because that's how they people see it. I sold this at a club and I was like, wow. I didn't think I could sell it. I was like, I don't know if this is gonna sell, but I'm gonna take it with me anyway. I'm gonna take it with me anyway. It was one of these.
Oh,
Yep, one of these
I've seen those.
sold at the
Yeah.
club.
Wow.
And
Like a
then,
nightclub?
huh?
Like a nightclub?
At a nightclub, it
Oh my
sold
gosh.
for full price. Yes, it did. I was shocked. I was shocked.
Yeah. See?
It's so I know that when you say custom made, because I always say custom made. I always say it. I never use hand embroidered. Custom because that just makes it sound more expensive.
Yeah. Or
Mhm.
the word specialty
Yes,
is
you gotta use something that makes them feel like they buying a expensive something expensive.
yeah.
And when you make it sound expensive, then they'll give you the expensive dollar. But if you say just, oh, it's just something I drummed up. That's
Yeah.
just like I heard a lady say something. I heard a lady say, "Oh, I'm gonna just throw this old makeup on my face." And I was like, ugh, because you why would you say you just I'm gonna throw this makeup on my face any old kind of way? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna look good anyway. No, you're not because you just trashed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just trashed the whole makeup job talking about I'm gonna throw this on any old kind. I ain't gonna never tell nobody I'm gonna just throw no makeup on any old kind of way. Cause I mean, no, that's just not the way you talk about making up your face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hold on. My husband. My son is asking what's for dinner. I don't cook on my birthday. Hello. Let me go. I don't want to be rude, but
I know.
I love to cook, but I mean, no, I'm not gonna do it. I woke up. No, I went to bed yesterday. Yeah, with full intention of doing my Monday chores. Right, I was gonna do my Monday laundry, my Monday chores. Did it happen? No, I sat on the phone for an hour talking to my mom because she called me for my birthday. So, and she told me a few stories that I didn't know. I like that. So, like, oh my gosh, really? That happened? All those 45 years ago that happened because I'm only 45, right?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I've done that to my kids too. Tell them uh about when I fell in love with their dad and what happened. And yeah, I've done that to my kids too. I
Yeah.
think
And
that's just traditional thing that mothers.
I'm interested in hearing old stories about the past. And but not always was I, and not everybody is. But
Right.
I like to hang around older people because they have stories from yesteryear,
Mhm.
from how things were in the 40s. And
Right.
oh my gosh, wow, that
There are,
happened.
yeah, there aren't really very many people in my family left from the older generation. I tried to absorb as many stories as I could, but when you're young, you don't appreciate it the way you do as you grow older yourself.
And my
So, I mean,
and my
yeah,
mom told me a story that I've heard before, but she told it to me with one word of a difference. You know, this story, I heard this story with the word like but she told me the story with the word the. It changed the whole freaking story. One little tiny word. And the.
I am such a language geek that I totally appreciate that.
You know what I'm talking about. It's one thing for any old whatever, but no, it was a specific something. And I'm like, holy cow, I knew that story, but I thought he was saying no. She goes, no, it's the. And I won't go into detail, of course, but it was
Okay.
changed the whole story.
Yeah, but yeah,
Oh, no.
I mean, I was at a family reunion once, and my uncle, who is no longer with us, he was saying that the some of the old stories were getting lost, and I'm going, I love those stories. Tell me everything, but he didn't.
Well,
Yeah.
I love that because I got to meet my great grandmother, and my mother explained to me when I was a young girl. She said, you know, you need to find out and talk to your great grandma and get the history of your life through her,
Yeah.
because we don't do history books. We just pass it down in stories. That's
Yeah.
why I know so much about my great grandmother. It's
Mhm.
because I was told at an early age, you better get all the information you can, because you're gonna need it, because this information, when she's gone, it'll be gone if you don't have it.
Yeah.
And that was so important to me that I was loving. I would love to go and babysit my great grandma. I was like,
Yeah.
Mama, can we go babysit my great grandma? Because I would listen to the stories, and then when I go home, I would like say to myself, like, okay, so I would dream about it. And then when I dream about it, I'll be like, and then what happened after that? And I would be putting myself into the dreams as I was my great grandma and listening to the stories.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm so vivid on what I know
There's,
about it.
there's my alarm. I forgot about Granny D. We gotta go raid her.
Oh, we have
But
to
I
go
wanted
see
to tell
Granny
you,
D, but this
I
is
was
lovely.
I was 40 when I found out my great grandmother worked. She sewed the lining on the coffins. I didn't know that. I thought she was,
Wow.
a housewife, not just a housewife, but she had a lot of kids. So I figured she stood home and cooked and cleaned, and she did
She
crochet.
was a domestic engineer.
She was the domestic engineer, as
Yeah.
am I. I didn't think she had a time for a 9 to 5 job. And when I knew her, she was always on her chair with her yarn. And if you sneezed, you got in trouble. Shut up, she said in Spanish, like if you cough, shut up, like you had to be quiet around her. She was mean. But then when I heard stories about her, she was not just that lady on the chair crocheting, yelling at you.
I wish I knew more stories, but everybody's gone now.
Yeah.
Well, I got all of my stories. I tell them sometimes, but I don't know, because my great grandmother was a slave.
Mm.
And so
Oh,
those,
wow. You're
yes,
that close to that generation.
yes.
Wow.
So it was those stories are painful that I do know of her, because she dealt with a lot of abuse, and mistreatment. hmm
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Gosh.
Take, and a lot of people, I think they get upset when I talk about my great grandma, but it's true and it's facts. I don't tell lies about
I
my
don't think
grandma.
that. Yeah, if anybody gets upset, it's about them and not you.
Yeah.
I think that I think that it seems like you want to honor your ancestors, which I think is, well, for anyone, a very noble undertaking.
Yeah.
I wish I knew more. One of my fondest memories is driving through the countryside with my mother. I don't even remember where we were going, where we were coming from, but we were going through these fields. She had grown up on a tobacco farm in southeastern North Carolina in the Depression. So she would, we were observing these farm fields on both sides of the road, and she started telling stories. And even no,
Mm-hmm.
it gets me.
I know. I understand your feelings right now because
Yeah.
that's
Those
how
stories
that's
are
how telling
priceless.
stories about my great grandma get me. They really touch my heart deeply.
Yeah.
I try to honor her by always. And in the month of February is when I usually tell my great grandma stories. And I try to honor her during Black History Month.
Yeah.
Because I love her, and I would hope that people could accept that, it's out of the love that I have for her that I tell her stories during Black History Month. And I try to leave a legacy that my children can honor and respect that I have done what I'm doing. Like, I often tell everybody that all of my grandkids and my great grandkids are trying to be, well, the great grandkids, but my grandkids are trying to be entrepreneurs, all because they see me being that right now. And they've always seen me be an entrepreneur, as far as I've always been a person who done hair, makeup, so and now I have this. So, it's like they look at what they've seen from me growing up, and they say, well, if grandma could do it, I can too. Even my youngest, Miss Muffet, has started her own business, you know,
Oh,
as her own look. She got a gift making. She does gifts, and she has a candy store.
oh,
So yeah, she sells candy out of her book
Hmm. Can I?
lunchtime at school. But she wanted to have her own business because she see her granny doing it.
yeah.
And that's why I want her to do career day. But it's a chore to get them to do it. That's all.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, since we're being intimate here and going over time, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
You mentioned Black History Month. Do you ever feel like February is the only time when African Americans get adequate representation? Because sometimes I feel that June is the only time that gay, lesbian, bi, transsexual, whatever you got, whatever label you have, get recognition, and then the rest of the year it's like, okay, go back to especially in corporate
Back to the
America.
closet, sit down and shut up with what you're
Yeah,
trying to say.
yeah.
I get it. Uh, Look at I you know what? I don't only do talk about great granny in Black History Month because I feel like I always feel cheated And I often hear people say that we're angry black women, but
Those are the best kind.
look, the whole problem is that we have a lot to be angry for.
It's true.
We have a lot to be angry about. Now, am I an angry black woman? I don't think so totally, because I try to conquer my own lifestyle and make myself accountable for me.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I realize that there is room for me to be upset, because there's a lot of things that are totally against me. Even I see it every day, all day, and I'm here in my home, but I'm also here on YouTube. So
Mhm.
I get
Exactly.
it,
Yeah.
I get it, and I see what the situations, what the problems are. But at the same time, I'm a fighter. I'm a winner, and so therefore it's all right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. And guess what, people? I'm gay 12 months of the year,
Oh,
not just in June. So,
it shows, it tells. We know.
well, I'm sure it was a surprise to no one for me to
No,
say that.
I
But
gotta.
Now we can tell.
My husband is a garbage truck driver. Okay, you think of
Uh-huh.
garbage truck driver, you have a stereotype in your head. The big boots, the dirty hands and everything. Well, there was this driver he had, and it was a safety meeting day. And at the end of the safety meeting, this driver says, "Everybody, I got to tell you something. I've been keeping something from you all these years. I got to tell you, I'm not who you think I am. My name is, you know who I am. I'm gay." And all of the drivers like, "We know that. We've known that. Why are you,
We
so
don't say anything, but we know.
we know that."
Let me just tell him what I thought earlier when he was talking. When he was talking about, he asked is about it was something he was talking about with a man. I said, "Boy, he thirstier than we are."
What?
well, it has been a while.
Ah,
But
he's thirsty.
no, that's it.
Thirsty
Actually, it hasn't been all that long. There's a reason I especially enjoyed that retreat last weekend.
Oh my gosh. Mental pick. And in comes your sister.
That works, yes. Yes.
Oh my God, that was so funny. I'm not trying to be funny, but it was so funny. It was a thirsty moment, a thirsty thought. It was like
I have a lot of those.
I know. I heard it.
And as he takes a drink.
I might be old, but I'm not dead.
Oh Lord, it was a thirsty drink. That was funny.
Yeah.
I was laughing. Because I was listening to you all while I was trying to finish up what I had to do before I could come on with you, and I said, "Boy, ain't that a thirsty move?"
Well, people always tease me about I do on every Monday. I post an interview with a man in Yarn because I think that they're really interesting and have a lot to say. But people tease me because I always find these attractive men and I flirt with them. I don't know why they think that.
Because we women know when we hear another thirsty move.
But anyway,
hide, look, come out the water. You cannot hide the thirst.
Speaking of men
that's
who
true.
crochet, have you ever, or will you ever, or do you even know Zach Stout?
I love Zach Stout. I have
Me
already
too.
interviewed him.
Okay, I
I'm-
gotta look that up. I gotta look that up. Oh my gosh.
I
Oh,
met him long before either one of us had a YouTube channel. We met
Really?
through a men's Facebook yarn group.
because doesn't he live where you live?
No, he's in Arkansas, I believe, or
Arkansas.
Mississippi, one or the other.
What's
Long
Arkansas?
way from
South.
North Carolina.
Really?
Well, yeah, you Northerners, you damn Yankees.
yeah. We don't. I don't know. Arkansas.
It's all the same to you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is all the same.
But anyway, yes.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta
I-
look that up.
He is perfectly lovely.
He is. Do you
and
know Tina?
Zach Stout.
Tina, do you know Zach Stout?
He does a vlog called
Oh
The
no, I
Stout
don't know him.
Stitch.
I've never met him.
He's
No.
a nice guy, and I'm amazed. because
Very,
he's
very
like,
talented as well.
I think his
Okay.
husband and his best friend look alike, don't they?
Oh.
Funny that.
And Tina, you gotta look him up, and you gotta look him up when he interviews. He like tests his husband and his best friend about crochet things, and they're burly men. They're bearded, but they're not yarn dudes, you know. So, and Zach is asking questions like, what are these? And they're like, I don't know. You know, I think Reggie does that on her channel. What is her channel?
But yeah, Zach is perfectly wonderful. And in fact, I was thinking about, because I don't have anyone lined up for next Monday, although I just, as we were talking today, I lined up someone that I'm going to interview later this evening. So I might start rebroadcasting some of my earlier Monday men, because I've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I have met some of the most wonderful people doing these interviews. Some of the most talented people. One of them, I have to tell you, his name is Gary Knits, Gary Rides. He's on Instagram. He's not on YouTube. And his real name is Gary Boston. Who has a name like Gary Boston? But anyway, he does a ton of fundraising for age-related causes, and he is just now concluding a knit-along, but he's going to do a new make-along that is going to be both knit and crochet after the new year, and the crochet pattern is going to be mine.
Oh wow,
How cool is that?
that is cool.
Well, you know, I was gonna ask you all. We never got the chance for me to ask you all about the crochet alongs, because I've never done them, because I feel like that I'm asking somebody to go out of their way to do something that I want to do. And, you know, it's like, I feel like that I don't, you know, who am I to ask people to spend money for what I want to do? You know, so
Well, then-
I don't mind if people spend money on my patterns. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
But no,
Yes.
I've never done any kind of a make along, either as an organizer or participant.
Oh, I do them often, and I like them, except when they're not really crochet along, like it's just a scarf, and the maker breaks it up into different videos. I'm like, well, you're just making a scarf. But I did want to ask you about, I don't know his last name, but I believe his first name is Ryan, and he knits.
I
You reminded
did
me when you said Gary.
interview. Yeah, I interviewed a lovely fellow whose name is Ryan de Bonville. Is that the one you mean?
I don't know. His channel
He-
name is certainly not that, but he taught me how to cast on a knitting needle. He was the only one I could learn from. He has this special, unique system, unique way of casting on. And like I call it casting on for dummies because he just is very unique. I saw the last time I saw him was long time ago. I wonder if I could find them, if I could pull them up.
If you find him, send me an email because it might be someone that I haven't spoken to before. I have spoken.
Here he is. RJ Knits.
I'm not sure that I know him. Send me an
Okay.
email.
I'll put the link in
I
the-
have spoken
I'll
to
put the link in
Limon
the chat.
Crochets. I've spoken to Needles at the Ready. I've spoken to a bunch of people who knit but don't crochet or only crochet occasionally because that's how the world is.
Yeah. Okay, I put his link in the chat. He's got a special way of teaching knitting. So RJ Knits is his name.
Okay.
But yeah. And
I will look for him. Is the YouTube link that you just posted for him?
yeah, that's his. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to get in. I got to get in here.
So, why? We should probably all go over and say hi to Granny D.
You should. And I am so starving right now. So yeah, I'm gonna say hi in there, thumbs up, and leave her running. And then I will say, and in the meantime, I will say, thank you everybody for coming to my birthday party. Thank you for coming on the panel. Jane, if you're still listening, thank you. Thank you, David. Thank you, Tina. And I will see everybody. I don't know. My normal live is Thursday. I really doubt I'm going to go live on Thursday because of Thanksgiving and everything.
Yeah, Thursday's
So-
going to be weird for all of us.
Yeah, but I will definitely see you on Friday. I'll tune in on
Friday, yeah.
Friday when you're live. But then
No,
I want to see I'm going to creep on your channel to see all the Monday men.
I've been doing it for well over 6 months now, I think. So
I
I've
know,
got
and I
quite
always-
a catalog of these interviews. Anyway, so on Friday, a lot of our friends have their regularly scheduled live streams. So I would never tell anyone to neglect our friends, but
I go
come
on
and go
my
as you like. Yeah.
I have a lot of tabs open,
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice thing about the laptop. You could run a lot of channels.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see what I can do with this link that you just posted. And I'm going to drop down now and head over to Granny D. But it's
Okay,
been
I'll
such
see you
a
there.
pleasure. Okay, bye-bye now.
I enjoyed myself too.
I'm gonna end the live too. So bye, Miss Tina.
See you. I had a
Okay.
wonderful time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Mhm.